Hello and welcome to the Adventure Archive. My name is Ryan and I will be your dungeon master tonight as we continue our adventures in the Dark Kingdoms. With me as always, we have Sam as Cordelia Belmont, the Dampier Sword Dancer Fighter, Matt as Victor of the Caldair, the Human Death Cleric, Jess as Dariana Bloodright, the Elf-marked Seraphage Sorceress. I need to change that. Jason as Cutter the Faceless, the Darecool Rogue Duelist, Andy as Beatum Davelbreen, the Gnome Divination Wizard, Eric as Sylvestra, the Dampier Warlock, and his imp familiar Annie. The Dark Kingdoms takes place in the Midgard setting, which is published by Kobold Press, so you might notice some differences in some races, classes, and features. And please be aware this is an evil campaign containing evil-aligned characters in a dark fantasy setting, and as such, may not be suitable for some audiences. Graphic descriptions of gore, murder, mutilation, and torture are fairly common. Especially last session. What else? Oh, we have some adjustments to our channel points recently. We, I think, previously talked about bumping our false life up to second level. So instead of 1d4 plus 4, you get 1d4 plus 9 now. So you get a minimum of 10 temporary hit points to a player using false life. We also, after the last myth session that I felt, got a little adversarial between the DM and like whatever with the blesses and banes. We've decided to first of all make blesses and banes work for pretty much every d20 roll, ability checks, skill saves, or saving throws and attack rolls. And banes are always declared first and blesses are always declared after, and you can bless if I bane you. So now there's no fight for who's going to get it first. I can bane you, and then you can also try to bless the bane that I baned upon you. I think that was the only real adjustment for that. Was there anything else? Any other rest of the team?
Don't forget to donate to the Player Swap One Shot.
There we go. Can we get a challenge in the chat, please? And also, Andy, our other Andy the Math Magician, the best mod ever, if we could get a quick shout out for him, who does wonderful work as our mod, not only in the chat, but also with our overlay. He controls all of that while we are streaming, so really appreciate that. And I think that's all we have before we get started here, so if no one has anything else.
Check your new badges, subs.
Oh, I did adjust our loyalty badges. Now, 1 month subs get a D4 as a loyalty badge, and then it goes up from there. 2 months is a D6. We're 5 days away from 2 months. And then D8, D12, how math and dice work, all the way up to a D20 at a year, which we will hopefully get to in 11 months. But you'll notice nifty new badges. I think I see one on Janelle right now. And
good on you, girl.
Yeah, it does.
Janelle just donated 10,000 points to the character swap.
Wow.
So the pressure's on. Pressure's on, Ryan. Better
so
get
she's
to
done
writing.
10,000 total so far.
No, just now.
Well, you can only do 2,000.
You can only do two at a time.
Oh, 10,000 total.
Total. So she's just killing it. So, all right. I think that is it. So why don't we get started here in the Dark Kingdoms? Last time, and a little bit about the campaign in general. The players are currently on a mission from from King Lucan of the Vampires of Morgau, to figure out who is trying to mess with the alliance between the vampires and the Ghoul Imperium, and to hunt down and eliminate the Red Winter, a heretical sect of blood sisters that worship Morena in a way that is not conducive to his interests. They have found some of them. They have murdered many of them. They met with a Master of Visions recently to find out their next leg of their journey, and that is to hunt down the Duke Avgost, who is the last of the royal imperial blood of Krakavar, which the Ghoul Imperium and the vampires took over 10 years ago. They were told that a Daragul priest of Vardisane, the god of the ghouls, said that if the ghouls did a ritual using the fallen blood of Krakavar, that all ghoul kind would receive a boon. And the players are going to attempt to stop this. The Master of Visions told them that they should. They left the Black Hills, which it's on the map right now, in the bottom right. And in our last session, shared the narrative as we traveled from the Black Hills up to Gaibik. So between murdered innkeepers, what all happened? A beating by Lyleshka. Just lots of murder. Lots of murder. I think some kids died. A bunch of kids got killed.
A great dinner party.
Great dinner party.
A great dinner party. We got to meet Cordelia's mom. And then when we went to Gaibik, the party noticed that Beatum, who is a drug addict. Kids don't do drugs. I need to do a don't do drugs command in this one, like we do the don't smoke in the other one. He became unconscious and started going into some serious withdrawal. Wow. Thank you for the Banes, Andy. They were confronted by, I believe, a thieves guild in Gaibik, trying to get them to do a task. Basically, it all went to hell. Some things exploded, and some people in Gaibik are very mad at the party. And as you are fleeing Gaibik towards Kariesen, with, I assume, Beatum unconscious, soaked in sweat, trembling in Victor's arms, probably. What are we gonna do?
Beatum is going to lay there helpless in someone's arms, maybe even puking a little bit on that person.
Oh, but like a little spit up.
No, blood, like actual blood.
Oh, that's less cute.
So as you race out of Gaibik, Thieves Guild most likely gathering forces to follow you out. And I again assume that Beatum is probably in Victor's arms, spitting up on his shoulder, trembling, unconscious. As you're fleeing from the city, you make it out and make your way into the woods. As you stop to catch your breath, you lay Beatum down, and you again just see him shaking, pouring sweat, completely soaked through, shallow breathing, extremely pale, hat askew.
Would Cordelia know where? So Beatum has offered Cordelia once before that little vial of black liquid. Would Cordelia know where he keeps that?
I believe he no longer has it in his possession.
Oh. Well, I don't know that, so I'm gonna be looking for it. Oh, I know he's I don't know what it is, but he's got something in a little jar, and he offered it to me once, and it made me feel a lot better, so maybe it'll help him.
What are you looking for?
It's a little, it's about this big, it's a little vial, it's got this foul-tasting liquid in it. It's black, kind of inky, ichor type.
Yes, I think I know what you're talking about, and I pull it out.
Oh,
The
okay.
black file, and I hand it to her.
I will attempt to give. So wait, where are we standing? Somewhere where things are not exploding anymore, and like the building's not coming down anymore.
You have successfully fled the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to just take the stopper out and give some of, like, Cordelia doesn't really know what it does, but she's trying, just frantically trying. She can't heal. She doesn't she's got a healing potion, but this is like a weird type of thing that is wrong, and the item that she knows Beatum has is a weird thing. So that is her connecting two weird dots.
That's wonderful. So I do believe that Dariana, you are aware of this, of what this thing does. Are you going to allow Cordelia to do this?
Dariana might be aware, but Jess is not. I don't remember.
So Andy, do you want to let Dariana know what this thing does? No, you know what?
I'm gonna have a disadvantage on the roll no matter what. So.
I am so concerned about what I've just done.
Yeah, so
we also never talked about how much HP Beatum currently has either. We never really went over the mechanics of how little life he has left.
So why don't you go ahead and do the roll for me, and then you can explain what Cordelia just did.
No!
What do we have here? A 10.
Do you have blesses?
I think I do have blesses, but isn't a 10 enough? I believe a 10 is enough to not take damage from it. I don't
have the item card in front of me because that was pre-stream, and
it was a minimum of 10. You had to roll a Constitution of 10 or better, or you, instead of taking the 1d8 plus 3, you take that much damage.
No.
So
it is a black phial, and it's basically poison or healing.
So heals?
So as this black liquid starts to burble kind of on his lips, it doesn't seem to make him worse, but it doesn't seem to make him any better. And in game, you don't know that you probably almost just killed him. That's
fine.
Yeah.
Oh, but I get to live with that. Yay! I'm out of ideas.
Is he dying? Do we know?
You're not using your Dariana voice, so I assume this is an out-of-game question.
Yeah.
You don't know what his current close to deafness is. If someone would like to do like a medicine check or something, you could kind of.
So Victor's holding him.
You said he's coughing up blood.
Yeah.
So Victor will do a medicine check.
Okay, absolutely.
If someone, is this something where people could help me check him out, or is that?
I don't know if.
Okay. Let's just roll it. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Sam tried.
Anyone else in the party? Does anyone else in the party have medicine proficiency?
No.
Possibly.
No.
Okay.
No.
So he's gonna go with the normal roll. There we go.
I definitely would.
Oh, there we go.
Yay!
There we go. And then he's ready. Like depending on what he can learn from this, he's got a couple tricks up his sleeve from Chernobog.
Okay. All right. So basically, what you know, I mean, you and Beatum are pretty close. You were with each other for a while prior to rejoining the party. I can assume at some point you guys might have had a conversation about drugs and the drugs that he prefers, which is Requiem. First of all, were you smoking Clay or Bliss?
I've done both recently. Beatum has done both recently, so.
Gotcha.
Good.
Thanks for the clip, Jay Miller.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. I need to add a don't do drugs command. We're having good fun with smoking a Requiem, but hey, let's not do drugs. You are aware that there is some pretty hefty withdrawal, and none of you guys have really noticed over the past, while it took you to get here, that Beatum's kind of been out of Requiem for a little while, and most likely hiding that from you. So he is deeply, deeply, deeply in the throes of withdrawal. And with a 23, I would say mechanically, you are aware that he is probably at exhaustion level 5.
Yeah. So what Victor would like to do is he knows that when Cordy was so drunk after her big night out in Paranalia, he had to use like a lesser restoration. So
Lester's restoration.
He's
Lester's
feeling like
restoration.
Lester's restoration service.
Yeah.
So he's
Lester.
feeling like a greater restoration because it'll imbue a creature with positive energy and will undo a debilitating effect. He's hoping that this greater restoration it is going to cost him a little bit of the diamond dust that he's been saving for in case he had to revivify anybody. But he loves beat him, so
do it.
Oh,
this is a pre-vivify. Because if he dies, we're gonna have to revivify him anyway.
Yeah.
So
So
if he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies. So he's going to put the sign of the triangle across, beat him. But I will say this, Victor, since leaving the temple and healing himself, he's been even more confident than usual that Chernobog had protected him from certain death at the temple, and that he's things are right with Beatum and with Chernobog, and he'd like to channel Chernobog into Beatum right now.
Yeah, just put Chernobog right in him.
Protect him from death.
Absolutely. I should have more deadly music going on right now.
No, this is a somber, beautiful moment between party members. Don't ruin it.
I mean, you did almost kill him, which would have been interesting.
I didn't know that. Sam and Cordelia both did not know that.
Victor is also a poisoner. He has a pretty good idea that she tried to poison him, but he'll save that info for later.
Well, I mean, if you're aware of what the black phial is, but Timbor did give that to you guys in the beginning as a blood magic thing.
If Cordelia was gonna kill Beatum, you think she would poison him? Please.
A better thing to wonder about, Sam, is did Beatum know that when he gave you it the first time to drink?
Oh, you son of a bitch!
I was gonna ask that earlier. I'm like, wait a second.
God damn it!
This is just payback.
Yeah.
And Cordelia will never know. Well, or in the next 10 minutes, we'll see.
So what are we doing? What exactly are we mechanically doing?
Yeah, so mechanically, Victor is doing the verbal and the semantic and the material components of. So he reaches into his the red sash that's kind of wrapped all around him, and he pulls out one of his little secret stitchings and kind of opens up the stitchings and pulls out some shiny diamond dust and kind of sprinkles it in that sign of the triangle across Beatum. And then he says a little prayer to Chernobog that today is not Beatum's day to die, because there's more people for Beatum and Victor to send to Chernobog and to bless. And then he tries to undo the debilitating effect of the withdrawal.
So funny story, during my DM prep, Janelle helped me out with trying to figure out all the different ways that Beatum could die or not die. I got a whole list of them here.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So you kill him. No. So as you sprinkle this diamond dust over your small companion, your bosom buddy, your
I mean, he's like a little mini father figure.
You don't see much of a change in him, but you do see a small change. You do notice that his breathing does get slightly easier. You notice that he begins, or he slowly starts to stop sweating. And he's still extremely pale. He's still coughing. He still looks fucked, but he looks a little less fucked now. He seems not quite as much on the brink of death.
If Victor's feeling like he's stabilized, he's been carrying around this potion of healing since he met Beatum in that woods out near Niemheim, and so I'm assuming that he could use a few hit points. So I think at this point, if he's not going to drown him, he'd like to give him that potion of healing also, just to kind of give him a little boost. So that he can...
Yeah, I mean, you could, if that's what you would like to do, you could do that, and we'll see if that has any effect.
Okay, so definitely gonna pour one of those just basic potions of healing.
Okay, so you get down and you kind of cradle his tiny little head, and you feed him a healing.
Yeah, like
potion.
when you give the tussin to your little kid.
You're giving me the tussin. Totally, yeah. I get it. No, that makes sense. So you give him the tussin. I mean, canonically, healing potions always taste like red Dimetapp from now on. But again,
they should.
What's that?
How much healing was that, by the way?
It's gonna be.
Ryan, you do max for.
Yeah, Ryan does the.
Right?
It's one of his like the 2d4 plus 2.
So just 10.
Cards that he gave me, yeah, so 10.
Right. His actual mechanical number doesn't really matter. There seems to not be really any effect from this any more than there was from the Black Phial.
Okay.
His condition and his hit points right now are Andy, you can just
I actually figured out how much it was. I was at 10 prior, and now I'm up to 20, I believe.
Well, and your hit point maximum is also half.
Yeah.
So for those that are unaware of what exhaustion does.
Part of Greater Restoration, the last little dot says one effect reducing the target's hit point maximum. So it ends. No. But is that separate from the...
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
The drugs are going to be very different. So conditions, effects. Level 1 is disadvantage on ability checks. Level 2 is speed is halved. Level 3, it's disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. Level 4, hit point maximum is halved. Level 5, speed reduced to 0. Level 6 is death.
Okay.
So beat 'em. Slightly healed. Hit point maximum reduced. Disadvantage on everything. Speed is still 0. But you seem to no longer be on the brink of death. You are now at exhaustion level 5, and due to Greater Restoration, you will now begin to recover levels of exhaustion as they can normally be recovered.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Yeah.
He did it! Victor did it.
Beatum groans a little bit as the magic takes effect. A little more blood.
So were we stopped while this was happening?
Yeah, I assumed you guys had, you had ran out of the city. You had gotten far enough that you basically stopped to catch your breath. You could call it a short rest for everybody if you would like, if you need to. Well, I mean, there was no mechanical damage, really.
Did we ever pick up horses?
From the Belmonts.
Okay.
Oh, you guys did have horses, so you would have been on horses as you fled. So basically, you are now between Guybeck and Carriessen. You feel like Beatum is currently not on the brink of death, but is still quite close. And you know that you are still trying to get to... Oh, we lost Sylvester. Still trying to get to Carriessen to find the Archduke Avgost and decide what needs to be done with him. So, what are you doing?
And can I ask, like, there was a weird moment at the end where we had agreed to something else with the mouse hunters or whatever.
Andy can explain that, but I feel like anything you agreed to kind of went to shit when the entire building exploded.
Cool.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Great.
You probably get the sense that the mouse hunters in Guybeck, not a big fan.
Are done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
But the mouse hunters do work for Morgau and Daresh, but just like anywhere else, different factions of a kingdom ruled by vampires might have different goals in mind and reasons for accomplishing them. So
Where What do we want again?
So we're heading to this place, Cariason, to find the
Yes.
Archduke.
Let's go. How far away is it? Let's just go.
So you guys are currently just outside of Guybic, which is, I'm clicking on the stream, not on the Roll20 map, which is about here-ish. You're about at the G in Guybic, racing outside with the horses. So if you, as you continue, it would take you another day probably to ride to Guybic, since you have horses. If you decide that you want to make speed to get there. And Andy, I know that you are almost dead, but feel free to chime in when you feel appropriate.
Okay. Where? I just have to ask. What have you done with Beatum, Victor?
So Victor, before they had gotten back up on the horses, he considers them his brothers, and he explains to the horse that this is their father, and so he has like a way of the way the Kariv do, where he kind of wraps him up in that red cloth that he has and swaddles him, kind of like you see those kids like on the Mongolian plains who are wrapped up around their moms. And so he's swaddled, and he's kind of like counterbalanced over like the saddle of the horse that he would have been riding, with like a bunch of gear stuff. So he's just kind of swaddled, and so that he can't drown on his own puke, because he's seen people who have drunk too much, and like if they're on their back, like they can swallow their own puke. So he's kind of just he's riding along, and he's getting fresh air, and he's feeling like shit, and he's probably kind of bouncing a little bit. He can't move his arms or legs because he's swaddled like a little baby.
Wow. I think Beatum's just gonna stay in some fever dreams every now and then, shouting something about half moons and hookfishes and large pots of boiling oil. Who's running this dog and pony show?
I'm just humming a song and riding my horse.
There you go. So
Lea's pretending not to be concerned about Beatum, but she is.
Oh.
But at this point, though, pretty much Cordy and Cutter are the two people that kind of know where we're going, and Sylvester, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on what you obviously don't know. Dariana's had some travels, but we do know that Cutter and Cordelia are from, have lived in Morgoth for a while. And I'm not sure what Sylvester knows of the area.
I know this area a little bit.
Serious, even the DM doesn't know.
I mean, obviously I know. I'm just not going to say if Sylvester doesn't want to say if he knows something.
Or whatever his name is in Guybic.
Whoever that guy is.
His name is Guy.
Dave beat him because I'm working on his emote, so he can't die.
So it takes you about a day to get to Cariason. And I will say that at exhaustion level 4, right around the time as you get to the border of Dornig, which Cariason is right on the other side of, a couple of things happen. One, Beatum starts to regain consciousness. He's not always conscious. He's kind of going in and out, but when he is conscious, he is at least mostly aware of his surroundings.
Victor! Where in the hells are we?
Beatum. Good to see you, my friend. What did you do to yourself?
Mind your own business. Why am I restrained like this? My arms, they hurt so bad.
I'm not going to lie to you, Beatum. It was pretty dicey back there. Cordelia tried to give you very special potion.
I don't care. Where are we?
Did not save you. Then I gave you potion of health.
Damn it, Victor. Where are we?
We are on the road. I think we are riding west of Morgau, town called Guybeck.
this place, Carriessen, that we're going to, is it a city or is it's a fortress, correct?
It is a city.
City.
It is a well, do you know Carriessen at all? Would you?
I don't think that Beatum knows, no.
Well, then you wouldn't know.
Oh, damn it. You and your meta. Beatum shouts out, I need a bed. I need a good night's sleep. Please, Victor.
And we can see Carriessen on the horizon at this point.
Carriesen's a little bit over the border from Dornig. As you continue,
okay.
And as Beatum whines, you start to notice that it is very heavily patrolled along this border. You would notice this as you're riding forward, and before you would get there, and you see a number of Dornig patrols as you are continuing down the road. None have stopped you yet, but you get the sense that with Dornig being on the border with Carriessen and a number of, basically all the Krakovaran refugees would have fled from Morgau after Krakovar was taken over. The Krakovar refugees would have fled into Dornig. That this border is most likely heavily guarded by Dornig soldiers, and you notice that as you start to get close.
Thank you, Janelle, for the bless. I'm gonna need it.
The soldiers.
So, really quick, too. How long ago was the war, or
it's been about 10 years since Morgau and the Ghoul Imperium took over Krakovar.
Krakovar, okay. All right.
And at the time, I do believe Gaibik was in Krakovar. It was, yeah. So if you look on the map, you'll see.
Gaibik was in Krakovar.
Yeah. And for the chat, the gray, the kind of like, I don't know, like gross green for Daresh, and the lighter green for Morgau, and that light green line kind of underneath Valenoria and Angerstal, down towards where it says Whispergloom. That's what the kingdom previously was. And everything above it was Krakovar, and that's what was taken over. So they more than, tripled the size of their kingdom with a blitzkrieg attack that took Krakovar 10 years ago. The vampires and the Ghoul Imperium did.
Okay. So I'm gonna cast Disguise Self on myself just to make me look human.
Okay.
Kind of like myself, but no fangs and less pale.
Gotcha.
And I look over to Cordelia and may want to not smile so much.
She immediately smiles. I'm sorry. What?
Where we're going,
Why?
I don't think they're going to be too fond of our kind.
Cordelia's like trying to process this because she hasn't, like, save for this little venture that we went on to, like, Paranelia and stuff, like, usually she's nobility, like, she smiles and that's what makes people, like, more inclined to listen to her. And it's just like, I suppose I'll do what's the weather like?
So you know that Morgau is very Irish in its weather, with the Cloudwall Mountains, high and covering a lot of the area. It's a lush green, surprisingly, especially not especially, just a lot of Morgau and Daresh, but it also is a lot of overcast the majority of the time, lots of rain. So there's like general gloom a lot of the time to most of Morgau. So the weather currently right now, let's go ahead and say it is gloomy and probably raining off and on. It's just a gray everything. Everything's a little bit wet. You're all a little bit wet. And yeah.
So she's gonna take the sash that she wears around her waist and wear it I'm picturing Hunter x Hunter Phaeton, like the guy who in the Phantom Troop who like covers the bottom half of his face. Like I'm gonna wrap it like it's a scarf, kind of, and like kind of keep it like just below my nose.
Okay.
Perfect.
And then I smile behind it.
And Cutter, you have a new face, right?
I do. So maybe Cordelia would have noticed that he is no longer wearing the face of Atticus.
She would immediately notice and not say anything.
Right after we get the art done with that beautiful Atticus face.
Oh, I still have it. I still have
All
it.
right.
I didn't throw the face out.
Yeah, I mean, you spent a lot of money to
He
get that
did not
preserved.
eat it. He puts it in his fucking pocket.
It's on ice.
If it was any other person, she'd probably be like, "Thank you," but knows it. He didn't do it for her, and also doesn't give a fuck, so she will not. But she notices, 110%.
Good. So, so Cutter is no longer wearing the face of Cordelia's dead ex-lover.
Oh no.
So I guess when Victor notices the two Dampier kind of changing their looks, and he's feeling pretty comfortable as a human, but he kind of looks at Cutter and he's listened to what Beatum has said, and is like, Cutter, I know usually you are a man with mission. Do you recommend we try to gain access to this town so Beatum can sleep in bed, or perhaps we make him a bed of grass before we get there?
I am a creature of city streets.
Okay, well, how do you recommend we approach then? I do not think face covers alone will help all of us, yes?
Well, perhaps we send someone in first. Someone who looks like all the others. I do have a quite handsome face still, packed away, if needed.
It's very nice.
So before you ever even get to Carriessen, you had these Dornish patrols to deal with. What would you like to do to get past them? Are you going to try to stealthily continue along the road? Are you going to try to make your way through the woods on the side?
So they're just kind of patrols on, like soldiers on the road, basically?
There's soldiers on the road. You notice the closer you get to the border, the more that you see. One or two have passed you by, slowly, and not really stopped you yet. But the closer you get to the border, the more kind of militarized it seems.
How many people are in a patrol?
At least 4 each time.
Okay. Cutter, perhaps we guide one of these patrols to trees, take care of them, and use their costume, yes?
Always with the costumes, eh?
Or faces.
This one's getting a bit right, but that's how I like them.
Because I do remember Sylvester was very much able to look when we were in that dungeon, much like that man in leather. He looked very funny. He did not help very much, but it could have. What do you think, Sylvester?
I lived in this area for a long time, but that was well before the war, and I know they're not really kind on ghouls or Vampiro or vampire, so anything we can do to avoid.
So do you think, though, if we get 4 uniforms, perhaps we pretend Beatum is prisoner, one other person perhaps be prisoner, and I don't know, many years from now, I think people will make a movie where people dress like the guards and take the princess out of Star of Death. But
Beatum starts shouting from his little swaddledness. By the gods, my mouth is so dry, my tongue is turning to dust. Give me something to drink.
So Victor kind of goes to his horse and kind of pops next to him, and then there's a way to like unwrap the swaddle that he's in. So he kind of wraps the swaddle up and then sticks Beatum kind of right in front of him on the saddle, and then but facing forward. So it's like those bicycles that you see in San Luis where the parents have their little kid on the front, and then he just gives him like his water skin, and it's kind of be quiet, Beatum. You've been pretty useless last 2 days. We are trying to come up with a way to save your tiny little tushy.
Beatum drinks the water and feels absolutely embarrassed.
And your arms are out. Your legs can't move yet, but you're
oh good. He just takes the water from you and begins drinking it.
Okay. So as you're moving forward, just generally, are you going to try to just avoid the patrols, or what would, as a group, what are you guys trying to do? I know Sylvester is trying to, he's already altered his appearance. Dariana appears human. Victor is human. Beatum is a tiny bearded human.
So speaking of two, do we know, have we ever noticed anything that would give off that Dariana's not?
I don't know, Dariana, is there anything about you that seems not less
Do you
than
have the
human?
ears or anything, or?
They might be a little pointy, but you never see them.
Okay.
Why her
So
hair
for all
big, it's
intents
full
and
of elf
purposes,
ears.
yeah, she's human. So are you just going to try to stealthily make your way forward, and just avoid the patrols, or are you going to murder your way
I don't
there?
feel like there's anything overt about us all, right?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, if the options are try to sneak and try to kill, I would prefer try to sneak. And
Okay, why doesn't everybody roll me a stealth check?
Okay.
You can actually, I will take stealth or persuasion or deception or performance.
Cool.
In any way that you would like to.
That's
Damn, son. Do you have a card?
I don't have a blue card now.
All
What were
right.
the other choices? Is stealth?
Stealth, persuasion, deception, or performance, whichever way you
Okay.
feel your character would be trying to make the way through.
Okay, so for stealth, I have disadvantage, but it's because of the armor.
No, it's okay. You can just do it
Okay.
without disadvantage. Your armors and
Okay, so I guess I'll just take whatever the roll is on the left.
Yeah.
Oh, I can do normal anyways.
so.
Hold on, I got a roll and I get a whopping disadvantage on everything that I do.
Oh.
Blood.
Wow.
You're dead.
Beatum is just shouting like, "I'm tired. I'm thirsty. You're
His
so
beard.
mean to me.
His mushrooms are kind of.
I need some drugs." Don't do drugs.
Victor,
Don't
shut
do
your
drugs.
baby up.
Hold on.
Victor's just laughing. It's good to. Sounds like Beatum is getting better every moment.
So, Jason, do you currently have a blue card?
I don't know. Is it in?
It looks like you have one on your overlay.
I
But
guess I
in
do.
the luck cards, I have question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Do you know what it was?
Yeah, you know what? I have it on my old sheet in Roll20,
But Sam,
so I can
You
look
get
at
a
that
blue
really
card.
quick.
your card
Yeah,
is.
it was my movement this turn does not provoke attacks of opportunity. That's what it is.
All right, and Andy,
So my-
could you? You already added a blue card. And Sam, your card is you turn a successful hit against you into a miss or a crit into a normal hit.
Dance.
So, and don't forget, as we're playing,
And
guys,
my
you,
D&D
you have access to the blue luck cards anytime. So make sure that you remember that, and just remind me when we get back to your tokens to add a blue one for you, Sam.
Hey, my D Beyond's kind of frozen. Can I just roll in the roll 20?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know why. Okay.
So, I think your number is really going to decide what happens here. All right. So, you make your way forward. I'm just going to leave this out. Towards Carrieson. At one point, with Beatum kind of whining, a patrol does stop and talk to you, but Sam is able to, well, as a group, Cordelia and Dariana are kind of able to quiet their baby and all of that.
Maybe they slip right into some of the stuff that they did in Paranalia with him.
There you go. Into the baby Beatum.
Songs
And the swaddling's kind of up on his face a little bit, hiding his beard.
So
but basically,
Cordelia is like trying to cover his mouth, like making it seem like she's like he spit up and she's like trying to like clean it up, but she actually has her hand just over his fucking mouth.
Oh.
Oh, Eric.
We lost somebody.
We lost Eric.
Oh no.
Oh. It happened to me for a second too.
I am Eric S.
Oh, there we go.
Woo, looks great.
It's a party now.
All right.
I'm not gonna fix anything yet.
Nope. Don't even worry about it until Eric gets back.
It's
you guys
funny,
want
to beat him is just like his hat.
Gotcha.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, we have a Sylvester coming back. And don't forget, Jason, you can just drag stuff around.
Yeah, I gotta move people around. I'm gonna wait until he pops in though, in case he.
Oh, Jess,
Oh,
you're
damn
the
it, I'm
DM
DM again.
Well, all right, hope you're ready.
New one shot with Jess.
It is your destiny.
Can I get some Dariana's in the chat, please?
Oh yeah, Dariana's in the chat. We do have we have emotes for Dariana. Oh, I did not hear the mechanical keyboard clackety clacking at all.
I love it.
Sorry. I'm sorry, is this that bad?
More keyboard ASMR, Sam.
There you go.
We're gonna change this to just chatting stream.
Are we good, Sylvester? I think he's frozen again.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Wired internet, people. Get wired internet.
What if I could? Let's see if he pops back for a second. If not, we can just go to a break for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Thanks everybody for being here. You're great.
We really appreciate it.
You're
We
awesome
love
people.
you.
Oh, Jess is the DM again.
And don't do drugs, kids.
Not the bad ones. I mean, don't do drugs.
Or
Have higher standards for your drugs. So yeah, this emote is
Oh,
gonna
and
look
now I'm up.
really. Oh, come on, Zoom.
Oh, Sylvester's a robot now.
Ah.
oh, that's pretty good, Sam.
Whoa,
Look at his
nice.
face. I can't
So-
turn it this way because it doesn't like see it.
Sylvester has 69 hit points.
Hey, we never leveled up ever again.
Lamau.
69 is a sex
That's so Sylvester.
Figure rhyme.
That is very Sylvester. On brand.
He's role playing so hard, even his HP's in line.
All right, we have a Sylvester
Oh,
back.
there he is.
Are we
Sorry.
good?
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I've had so many issues this evening. It's weird. So, I think so.
All right, let's see what happens. So, yeah, Beatum's looking good. That emote's going to be tiny. I need to talk to you too about the sizes. Anyway, so Dark Kingdoms. So you guys are able to avoid most of the trolls, talk way through the ones that you're unable to avoid. Cutter kind of hiding his face when he needs to, everyone else, appearing mostly human. You make your way towards the outskirts of Carrieson, and you're heading that way because there are people still heading on that road. And as you talk to a couple of them, You understand that Carrie Essen is kind of on a refugee track out of Morgau. And it is a common first stop on the way out of the Vampire Kingdom. Let me find. Oh no, we might have lost Sylvester again.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm the DM.
Point.
The internet says it must happen, so.
That really is probably the issue. Until Jess agrees
Jess
to
is just
DM.
destined to be the DM.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I have no idea where your tokens were last.
The Master of Vision scene?
They're
Yep.
probably, yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Let me just resituate you guys a little bit and I'll move you over. And I do believe that your blood bag is still in the bag of holding, correct?
Yes.
And Dariana has the bag of holding.
Yes.
And but I will grab our mini familiars. Oh, also, we're just gonna make Annie unable to get cards anymore. Basically, if she gets a good or a bad one, we can just make it that you get the good or bad one.
Eric only likes bad cards anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
All right. So let me fight with Roll20 for a second, and I will move the party over. And where you are on the map doesn't really matter. You just kind of see the town. So as you approach Carrie Essen, for anyone that's been here before, you notice that it is almost swollen with refugees, with citizenry. If you've been to Carrie Essen, you know that there never was really anything outside of the city walls. And as you approach the city of Carrie Essen, you see what looks like a massive encampment grown up around these southern gates. And from the distance, you can see yourself, on your horses, on a hill, rain still coming down around you. You look down on this city and you see rising up from inside the walls is what appears to be some type of castle or fortress, a small one. But it looks like kind of on a hill in the middle of this city, and that encampment laid out in front of you. What are you doing?
When we're looking at the encampment, does it look like it's built from wood, or does it look like tents?
No, it looks from the distance that you're currently at, you can tell it's not houses by any stretch of the imagination. If anything, it almost looks like maybe slightly better than a shanty town.
Okay.
It looks like there is some support here. But it looks like people are kind of doing their best. You do know from what the Master of Visions told you that what you were looking for is the court in exile, which is the court of Krakovar. The king of Krakovar was killed during the initial onslaught, and his wife, Queen Ursula, survived, as did his brother, the Archduke Avgost. He did tell you that court in exile does move around to make sure that they're not wiped out completely, and they also are attempting to gather allies to try to take back Krakovar. But for the last 10 years, They haven't been very successful in doing so. You were told that the court in exile is currently residing in Carriesum, and that is why the Duke Avgost is here. You also notice when you look down on the city of Carriesum that it is very heavily patrolled and has a very strong military presence here of Dornig soldiers.
Do the people in the encampments seem like they're refugees and they're kind of weak, or do they all seem like soldiers?
Again, unless you're in the encampment right now, you are still a good distance away from the city. Depending on how you guys want to approach the city, I don't want to just throw you in there. So from this distance, you can see that it is an encampment, that there are city walls, that there is a castle rising up on a hill in the middle of the city, and that's about as far as you are. You're still hundreds of yards away. This is all, looking at it from a distance.
I would know and tell you that so many of those people down there are refugees from Krakovar. They've been displaced after after we took over their lands.
I am still worried about Beaton. Yes. Is it better we try to sleep out here among encampments, or should we try to get into town, buy something a little more safe?
I don't know. I think it's a bad idea for us to just ride on up without any idea of what we're doing.
Anybody that has lived in Morgau can roll me a history check, kind of about Dornig in general and the border.
Okay.
For what you would kind of understand.
Oh, that's not terrible.
Sam's favorite role.
My favorite thing I think about Cordelia is
religion.
That, favorite and most hated, is that all of her attacks are like plus 87, and all of her rolls are generally, all of her everything else is pretty much under 10. So what I need to do is just have bad guys that always do saving throws. And then I'll finally kill her. Have you ever gone to 0 hit points?
Yeah. During Control Cover.
Yeah.
Oh,
zombie?
You all did.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was the only one left.
You were the only one left. Then we added Victor and Sylvester, but all of you have at least hit 0, I think, except for probably Jess. So let me write that down real quick.
Yeah, I was there, so I did.
Oh no, you did. You died too. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's bring that back. No, the zombie horde was way before Alcava. But Sam was down to very low. Regardless, so Cutter, Cordelia a little bit. For you guys, the Blood Kingdom's not a bad place to be. Especially for Cordelia, you're a spoiled noble. And Cutter, you've lived there long enough, and you're Daracool to begin with. For the average citizen of Morgau, it's not great. They're hunted for play. They're fed upon. It's pretty terrible to be there as a human, regular person, for the most part, unless you have enough coin to protect yourself or enough standing to not be preyed upon regularly. It's pretty awful. Dornig is a very, kind of standard high fantasy kingdom. Their leader, the Grand Imperatrix, is, that she's currently, the whole world kind of knows that she's currently unable to lead Dornig, but you also know that Dornig and Morgau, there's a solid border and a lot of hate for the undead. You get the sense, most likely from what you know about Dornig, since Carriesson is so close to the border, that primarily what soldiers of Dornig are going to look for. We got to take a baby beat and break real quick.
Oh
yeah.
Put the filter on the baby. There we go.
Oh my goodness. And he is so curious with all the lights. Everybody wave at everybody.
Hey, baby, meet him.
Yeah, all the lights. Night, adventure.
Good to see you, baby
I
bee.
need to make that lens use two people so they can both be.
Yeah.
Night.
You get the sense that in Carriessen and basically all through the border of Dornig, that it is the undead, it is vampires, it is Darecool, it is zombies, it is skeletons, it is every form of undead that these soldiers are trained to fight, that trained to look for, and are heavily guarded against.
Okay.
So what are we doing?
It's probably not the best idea if we go straight in.
I believe I
The
just
people
said that.
here, they hunt our kind ravenously.
Speak for yourself.
Will you be my guest? Walk right through.
What do you think, Kotter, should we... I know normally not a good idea to go into sewers, for instance, perhaps not most subtle way into town. Do you think myself and Dariana perhaps could take Beatum in to get care while you feast upon something in the woods here?
I feel that those of us who may not look quite like the rest are best served staying out here. Yes.
Beatum, what do you need? Do we need to go into town for you?
Food, a bed, some water. You know what I really need, Victor. You all know what I really need. Take my hat off. Hide my hat somewhere. Swaddle me up. I don't give a shit. Just get me inside someplace warm and comfortable. I need a couple days, I swear. To the gods. Well?
So, Sylvester looks like a normal person now.
Right.
I am not
Yeah.
staying out here with Cutter while you guys all get to go inside.
What do you want to do then, Cordelia?
I mean, I've got it's a little bit muffled because that thing is so she like kind of pulls it down a little bit. Kind of breathe back in. So
Wait, are vampires' teeth in this world are always out, right? It's not like
Yeah.
in the movies where they sprout. Okay.
Nope.
So, if we're just going to an inn, we could like you put him in a room. That'll be fine. I'll cover my face. It's not.
We went to a city full of paladins and they didn't notice your teeth.
Yeah, that honestly, that seemed like an oversight on their part.
You don't understand. They hunt our kind.
They
share our borders.
Sora's looking cool. Okay,
They know
so your
what to look
suggestion-
for. They're trained for it.
So you're suggesting we let the rest go into town, get a nice bed, proper meal, and the two of us just sort of hang out here until they're ready.
The rainfall could be good for you, Cordelia.
In what way?
Do I really need to explain?
Oh, hush you. So
Do you want to babysit Beatum again, Cordelia? I feel like you are correct. Paranelia, a much more difficult place to trick people.
Beatum's the one who needs the bed. Isn't this...
Yes, but I'm pretty sure you snuck into Paranelia as a nursemaid for wee man.
Well, Kata's made it abundantly clear that I'm not going in there. So, whatever you choose to do, if you want to leave Beatum here, if you want to take him with you. And she sits down on the ground.
You do also remember that, although Paranelia was full of paladins, they are far from Morgau. 25 sessions-ish, about. And Dornig is right next to the border. The city is right next to the border. This war happened right here. And many of the people that are currently down in that city right now most likely lived in the area that was conquered by vampires and Darecool. Probably many of them had family members eaten and drained by people less than, tens of miles to the border east of them. It is Paranalia and Dornig are very, very different in how they view and treat undead on just a daily basis.
Well, in addition to...
go ahead.
He was looking at Sylvester. Go ahead, Syl.
So, we could probably all get in. We have gold. I can perhaps beat him. Dariana might have some magic that can help disguise them. I don't know. I know I probably do for one, but not the other.
All of my magics help see past such things, not necessarily create them. I'm sorry, I'm not any help here.
But it does seem that part of the problem, we need several days to get Beaton healthy.
Well, once we're in the city walls, it's still definitely an issue. But we'll have a room, people can lay low.
I suppose I could help until we find a room, but we'd have to find it quick.
Do you think perhaps we go in first? Can Annie, I know Annie before, people could not see her. Perhaps she could follow us and then come back for you under cover of darkness, perhaps? I know.
Or she could just stay here. I can communicate with her telepathically pretty far.
So who do we want to, like, do we want to split up, 1 and 2? Like, is it that important to...
Well, Cutter, would you even come if, say, you were invisible or disguised as someone else? You seem very resistant.
I mean, if they can't see me, why not?
Well, do we all go?
Do we have ways of making Cordelia invisible?
Perhaps if you have invisibility, can't you hit more than one person?
I suppose.
Does that the ring?
Does it last?
Could it work? Could it work with the ring, perhaps? We turned those werewolves at the inn where you killed innkeeper.
Well, that was what I was thinking about. One person, I can polymorph them to look human, I guess.
That lasts long enough, yes, to get in.
Yeah.
So we have Cutter sneak in under darkness.
It'd be best if we already had the room though, because it only does last an hour?
Yeah, so why don't you're kind of the smooth talker. Victor's kind of the doctor. He can beat him with him. Could the three of us try to...
Our plan is to make 2 of us invisible. Like, if there's patrols and stuff, do we not think they're gonna have... It's not hard to see invisible creatures if you have any adeptness with magic.
Right.
If there's patrols actively looking for stuff, I feel like that's a...
Well, my thought was to just polymorph like you to look human. Beat him in a backpack.
Hey Ryan, you mentioned that there was a lot of refugees in this camp, right?
Absolutely. It's the entire camp seems to be refugees.
Is there any indication where they might be from, or like some kind of conflict that would have driven them here?
Krakovar.
It's the Krakovar.
From the war.
It's Krakovar? Okay.
Yeah. The refugees are still fleeing Morgau, like whenever they can escape and get across the border.
Cutter, you could always disguise yourself as a refugee also.
But our refugees welcome into the city. They're in the camps on the outskirts, not in the city with the nice hotels and beds, where we probably run into the royals. I doubt the royals are making camp out here with the refugees.
That's true.
Start outside in the camp. I'm sure there's an inn that will suffice my needs among the refugees. If we start there, get a foothold, scout into the city later.
Very well. While
One
they're
step at
talking,
a
I'm gonna
time.
kind of while they're talking, I'm gonna kind of slip away and eat the face I have, and then put Atticus's back on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So what are we doing?
Just forks
Imagine it
it.
like this too, beat him. Like I just pull it from the temples and the hairline and just like suck
Just like stuff it in.
it in. Yeah, exactly. Just from the outside in.
It's kind of like a flesh fruit roll up that just like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what are we doing?
So it sounds like we're gonna try to low key roll into the Krakovan.
Yeah, into the encampment.
And then I guess we'll kind of. I mean, money will probably go further here. I would guess, right? They don't have any. And we still try to like disguise ourselves and go low key. Like we'll polymorph Cordy.
Okay.
We'll disguise Sylvester.
Right.
Well, I'm already disguised.
Jason looks beautiful. Victor and Dariana can pretty much get by, even though Victor has a weird scar from the war. Fighting those damned undead. And then beat him, we'll just wrap up and make him look like a baby, I guess.
Okay.
Or you could put me in a backpack. It wouldn't be the first time.
Okay. So as you all do that, are you going to ride your horses down in there, or are you going to lead them?
Nope.
I need to stop asking questions.
Yeah, because they probably don't have horses in the encampment, yeah?
Give me these horses.
Yeah, do we see any horses around at all?
Absolutely
no.
not.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we're not refugees. Nor do we look. We have horses.
Why not just tell them we came from Zobek? How unusual is that?
Let's go. Slow. I'm gonna ride out front, but slowly.
Okay. So you guys are all riding into the kind of encampment area.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. As you ride in the encampment, it becomes clearer and clearer that these are refugees, and that they are struggling. You see nothing but just dour faces. You see people still carrying some wounds. Again, the war is not active, but Morgau does not like to let their citizens free, especially from their newly conquered lands. You see a lot of people basically, like I said, in this shanty town, and as the rain is still coming down around you, it's all just mud. This is just a massively depressing scene of a post-war attempt at some type of life for a lot of these people. You also do see patrols still making their way through this area. And something different about the patrols that you see right here outside the city is each one has a robed figure with them on horseback. And at different intervals, as you guys are making your way in, you do see a patrol ahead of you. The patrol stops, and the robed figure seems to concentrate briefly and kind of pan areas.
I told you they hunt us.
You see another patrol about 30 feet to your right. And you notice, again, it's about 3 soldiers and a robed figure. And again, this robed figure stops. The whole patrol stops. They wait patiently, the soldiers do. And the robed figure seems to, again, kind of make some gestures and kind of look over areas. And then the patrol in front of you is actually on the road and starts making their way towards your party. They're about 80 feet away, further down the road. They stop one more time and appear to do the same kind of thing.
Fuck.
So when they stop on the road ahead, is there anybody there that they're looking at, or are they just kind of scanning?
Well, this refugee camp is completely packed.
Okay.
They seem to not necessarily be looking at specific people, but they seem to be scanning just kind of at random as they patrol up and down these streets kind of in this refugee. It appears to be, if you look past them farther down, the kind of road, it appears like this used to be, well, it still is the main road into the city. But the road probably used to be nice, but now with this many refugees around it, with the rain, with the amount of foot traffic that is on it regularly, the road is churned up at this point. But you do see beyond this patrol, you do see a city gate. You guys are roughly here-ish.
Do you want me to scale the map down? Or are you gonna do it?
Oh, yeah, I can't scale the map down.
Okay.
I can move the map, but I can't scale it down. Yeah, if you could just get like the bulk of the city in.
Can you click again where we are?
Yeah, you guys are here. So just try to get.
Okay.
Just try to get as much on the map as you can. Even if there's some white border, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep going out a little
Not too far. Yeah, it keeps justifying, so.
bit.
Or left
You can just blow it up as big as you can. Yeah.
Does
that's
it
fine.
seem like we're the only people on horseback that are not a patrol?
Yes, absolutely. And at this point, so you guys are about here. At this point,
Okay.
the patrol does take notice of you. The person in robes says something to the soldiers, and they all start making their way at a quicker pace towards you.
There's 4 of them.
There's 3 soldiers and a robed figure, all on horseback, all making their way, and the speed is actually increasing as they get closer to you. They're about 70 feet away from you,
Oh, sweet.
60
What are we
feet
doing?
away from you, 50 feet away from you.
I think
You there!
Sylvester. Sweet
Yes.
talk.
When they're about 30 feet away from you, they stop abruptly, and the robed figure again starts to make some gestures and kind of
Counterspell.
scans over.
Yeah, seriously.
What's happening?
I said counterspell.
Counterspell?
They're gonna see you do it.
We
They're gonna
just had
see
this
you
discussion.
do it.
That's true. Yeah, I guess not. No.
Okay. So as this spell happens, suddenly the robed figure casts something else, and you hear this massive booming voice. Gods! 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 And you hear patrols in 2 different directions racing towards your party, and all of the soldiers in front of you draw their weapons. You see the gates swing open behind you, and you see soldiers begin to pour out of the gates towards you, and the 3 in front of you start racing towards you. And right as they start to approach, you see another patrol of at least 4 people on the road come from the side and start racing towards you too. What are you doing?
I turning right away.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go.
We follow. I've got Freedom in the backpack, I guess.
I'm in a backpack.
We're racing.
Yeah. So
I'll
as
do the reverse race.
you begin to race away, I
That was great.
you make your way out of the city with these patrols basically racing behind you. You feel the heat as a firebolt blasts right behind whoever's in the back of the party. I assume, I'm not gonna make any assumptions. It doesn't matter. You feel the heat as it erupts next to you as you go, and as you glance back, you see at least 25 soldiers now out of the gate, half of them on horseback, half running, and at least 3 patrols of 3 and 1 all chasing behind you. And as you race down this road, you finally get out of the area that it seems to be churned up by the refugees hit Hardpack Road and take off. They follow you for a good distance past that, but as you're racing along, you appear to leave them behind. You hear bells ringing in the city. When you finally get far enough away to look back, you notice now that a number of these soldiers are at the far ends of these roads right here and right here, and they seem to take up positions. As you're watching from a distance at this point, you notice the patrols begin to go back. The robed figures begin to make their way back into the refugee camp, but there are at least 10 soldiers now just standing at the beginnings of both of these roads on the refugee camp. The bells eventually stop ringing in the city. Things appear to kind of settle, but there are still two groups of soldiers here. A group here and a group here.
Whoopsie doodle.
I don't want to say I told you so, but
That's fair.
Beat pops his head out. What the fuck happened?
No bed. Sorry.
So are we in like a wood line, or where are we at? Like, what does it look like where we are?
Yeah, to get far enough away, you kind of got back to that original kind of woodline hill that you were looking out over the city. I assume at this point you're intelligent enough, you probably dismounted and are not making a silhouette against anything as you watch all of this happen. And over the course of the next hour, hour and a half, as the rain still comes over top of you, you see this activity happen. You see the soldiers set up kind of like a guard station now at the end of this refugee camp on either side of these roads. You hear the bells stop and things kind of settle back down, but you still see kind of from where you're at every now and then a patrol kind of peek out onto the road as they make their way still through this refugee camp.
So, I agree with Cutter. That was not a good plan. If you would like, we can set up camp here today. Victor has that Kariv Wanderer background where he can find food and fresh water for himself and 5 others per day, and I would think that we could make it through tonight at least to give Beatum a chance to get back. Sylvester, it does seem like we've learned a few things though about we could perhaps have all the soldiers chase after horses, or like 1 or 2 people, and perhaps have another group sneak in. Yeah.
If they can see evil, why not have them chase the pet of Sylvester?
Do we think they saw evil, or do we think they saw people that are perhaps not fully living? Yes.
You can say undead. It's not a slur. It's fine.
Do you think that they'll care? I'm
Undead
sure
Americans.
we can get them to follow a demon or a devil or whatever the hell any is.
Well, I guess I'm saying we could, if we pick off a few people, I create zombies of them. Yes, put the robes, make them look like refugees. Have these zombies draw them away, perhaps, and then we walk in. Put zombies on horses, perhaps.
This is just.
Oh, I mean, that's not a bad idea. I'm just thinking, is there a way to flush out the people we want? If they're in hiding from us, well, not necessarily from us, but from.
But
Kingdom,
we do not
come
think
back.
Archduke will chase us out. We need to get into castle to get Archduke. Yes.
Yes, perhaps, but every patrol had one of those people with the hoods, and they didn't all chase us, and they didn't send the whole army after us. I don't know.
we do have an imp that cannot be seen and can go places we cannot.
If it's
That is valid.
undetected.
Yes.
Makes you think it won't be detected.
Well, the guards are
I
already
didn't
up.
see any of them looking up, did you?
No, they're focused on the 5 people on horses riding away.
In any way, she could get away much quicker than we could.
Mm-hmm.
While they're talking, Victor takes Beatum down, and he just starts building like a lean-to where Beatum can be out of the rain and just start resting. And he's just prepping like we're gonna spend the night here at least.
Beatum is going to make a little. Is it raining? You said because it's kind of Irelandy.
We're under the trees though.
Yeah, it's been raining off and on pretty much for the last couple of days.
He gets to a dry spot and tries to like stretch a little bit. Finds anything that he can smoke. Like he's trying to smoke grass, smoke like bark, just like anything that'll go in his little pipe. He's just like trying to smoke it. And he is going to attempt to cast a spell, and that spell is scrying. He is going to attempt to scry on Archduke Abgust.
There we go.
So let me post this into if I hit cast, it'll post it into Roll20, correct?
You should, yeah. Or you can hit view in VTT.
Oh, here we go.
I like how in chat it's don't do drugs as one stream.
Oh, I don't have any of those things. Yeah, this is going to be a long shot here.
You don't have any of what?
Oh, like anything that belongs to them?
Yeah, so, and just secondhand knowledge, so they're going to get like a massive save on it.
Can you use any of your cards, like the blue cards or blessings or anything like
I can, well, it's not a, so the target makes a wisdom saving throw.
But you can't see him, so you can't portent him.
No, that's correct. I can't. So the target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target and the sort of physical connection you have to it. If the target knows you're casting the spell, it can fail the saving throw voluntarily if it wants to be observed.
If Annie cuts his hair. What? If Annie gets a lock of his hair.
That's a sex spell right there.
So basically, he's going to get a save plus 5 on top of whatever wisdom save he has to not be viewed by my scrying spell.
What is connection save modifier?
So it basically, if I know the target really well, it makes it easier for me to scry on them. If I have possessions of theirs or bits of their physical being, it makes it easier. So all the minuses would be minuses to their save. Say if I had like a fingernail or a piece of hair or something. Or if
So,
I knew them
but
really
so you don't
well.
have a likeness or picture, but you have seen in your mind a likeness of this person.
Yeah, so he's going to get a plus 5 on top of the wisdom saving throw for all of that. Basically, secondhand knowledge of them is, yeah,
Gotcha.
basically all I have.
Okay. All right. So,
And I attempt, and I'm using the cards plus the mirror that we have to talk to Lucan to like attempt to use doing like a reading with around the mirror.
okay. I wonder if I click this, if something happens. This is a pretend roll. We'll see what happens. Oh, I do get it. Oh, no, that rolled for you. That's with your modifier. All right. All right. So as you begin to cast this spell, and you're trying to look through the Lucan mirror in order to scry on the Archduke.
Mm-hmm. And using my cards as well.
And what is your spell save DC?
My spell save DC is, I should have been able to tell you that already. It is a whopping 17.
17. I mean, that's not
Yes.
terrible.
No, that's pretty good.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Let's see here.
But would your bless help that, Petum?
No, because
he's
it's
not
not.
making the roll.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So nothing happens.
Yeah.
Drat.
It is okay, Petum.
It's a good idea, though. It's a real good idea.
Thank you.
It almost worked.
Cutter had a good idea. I think I'm gonna have Annie go invisible and start heading in, flying a little high and go into town.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't you roll me a stealth check with advantage for Annie, please.
Okay, I don't have her a character sheet for her, so I'll have to do it.
Here, I can look up.
Is that your dog, Jess?
I mean, I know what her stealth is,
Oh.
but I'm just gonna have to roll it twice.
But yeah, that's fine. Yeah, she's a plus. Wow. No, she's a +5, dude.
His glasses look good on the blonde hair.
Oops. Thanks. That's the first one. Okay, so 16.
All right. So 16. Yeah, absolutely. So she, your aunt, she goes invisible and she starts flying over, over the refugee camp. What exactly do you want to do? Just explore until she can't explore anymore?
What time of day is it?
At this point, it's getting towards evening. Not
So
like
it's still light out?
Yeah, not like Southern California in November, dark at 4:30 evening, but
Okay.
It's starting probably about an hour till dusk.
Okay, I wanted to go into town, like over the wall,
Uh-huh.
and I'm trying to figure out if we can find out where the hell our Archduke is.
Okay. As you're doing this, you have a pretty good distance with her to actually see through her, right?
Plane of existence. Yeah.
Plane of
I can-
existence.
yeah.
As you're flying
Holy
over,
smokes.
you get the sense.
or whatever.
Yeah, you get the sense that the Archduke and the court in exile in this town are probably in the giant fortress on a hill in the middle of the town.
Okay.
Right here.
So is that like number 2? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
House Cavanto on the map. You if royalty is anywhere, that's most likely where it would be. So as she flies over the camp, she again looks down and she sees, those soldiers on the ends of those roads. She sees a number of patrols through the refugee camp. As she continues to fly, she sees another small refugee area up here, similar to the other one, just a little bit smaller. Looks almost like this one is kind of at its max, and they're starting to pop up on the other side now. As she flies over the town, you see that the town is heavily militarized. She sees what appears to be basically regular patrols through most districts of this town. There seems to be, like I said, just a heavy military presence. You also see even more of a military presence within the walls that are surrounding this small castle. And that's what you notice kind of from above. Do you want her to start making her way towards that castle?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. As she flies down and gets a little bit closer, you notice that it's kind of small castle, kind of very large manor house.
As I'm just really quick, as I'm seeing all this, I'm kind of talking out loud to everybody.
Okay,
Just
yeah,
so I
just
don't
kind of
have to
narrating
relay
what's
it.
happening. Yeah. So as this happens, she flies around the house, flies around, this again, like I said, it's kind of like small castle, large manor. So it's not like the entire thing is made of stone. It seems that, there's like a tower and things like that. But it seems to be more, like I said, manor house than fortified castle. It just has a wall around it. And as she flies through, there is kind of a large area that she sees in the house. It seems to be maybe like a great hall or something would be. So I assume she would want to fly down towards that great hall area. And as she does, there are a number of windows along the great hall, and she could perch on one. And when she does, she looks in and she sees a long table in the middle of this house, in the middle of this room, and it is indeed the great hall. And there are a number of people sitting at that table. She clearly sees all of these people. I think I can show you more than one picture at a time. Do you guys see two pictures up now?
Just one.
They're like overlapping. Yeah.
Oh, can you just drag it around?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can make them smaller too.
You see.
So we got Zoja and Lord Alzano.
I need to not put the names on these.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. And then you see this person.
There he is.
So these four people seem to be deep into a discussion, and in the room there are guards at every door. And they are currently discussing a number of things. But what you mostly hear, and through the conversation that you can hear, you do learn who these people are. You do hear that this is Queen Ursula of Krakova. You do hear that this is the Archduke Avgast Valerska. The other people at the table are the Queen's daughter and the Lord of the House, Lord Alzano Cavanto. Ursula is discussing with the group passionately her further desire, her need to retake Krakova, and her need for alliances. The Archduke, who just by Annie watching him, you can get the sense that this is just kind of an arrogant douche. Talks over her frequently.
Mansplains
hardcore to her, even though she's the queen and he is the king's brother. He just seems arrogant about it. And he talks about the city of Jost and the Wolfmark. Queen Ursula, at this point, you do know that the Wolfmark, basically the Reaver dwarves from across into the Northlands, attacked right after, the vampires took over when they were kind of regrouping, and took some of the land at the north end of Krakova, and made it their own and called it the Wolfmark, and have actually been aiding refugees more for themselves than anything else. But she appears to be discussing with Avgast Jost the Wolfmark and a possible alliance with the Reaver dwarves there. Again, just trying to gather forces. They hi Jables, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it.
Hey!
Yeah. And all the gifts, thank you so much.
Gift subs.
He had his first affiliate stream tonight. Good job.
He did, yes. Thank you so much for coming in, Jables. The hit Zosha and Kavanto are generally quiet as this happens, and it's mostly this discussion / argument between Ursula and Avgost. And as continues, Avgost, they basically come to an agreement that the Archduke is going to make his way to the Wolfmark into the city of Jost, and try to use his position to gain an alliance with the Reaver Dwarves in an attempt to begin to build a group of people, a group of countries that will try to take back Krakova. They further discuss using the Fey Road that is near Kariessen to make the journey shorter. They can get halfway to Jost using a shadow road, make it all the way to the stone galleries, and then attempt to skirt the border of Morgau into Jost.
Mm. You've told us all this, Eric?
Yeah, I've been saying kind of just like as I'm hearing through her, just recanting everything I'm picking up through Annie.
I mean, this sounds way better, right? Like we can set an ambush.
We don't want to
for
go
them
into
on the
the
border.
city, but I still want her to watch them till they're done,
Yeah.
to find out what room he goes to or where he goes. And are they just sitting at a table? Is he eating or?
They just seem to be meeting at this point. There's no food or anything on the table. It seems to just be the four of them together.
Is the window open at all or no?
There are not any open windows. These windows don't seem to open. They seem set more for light than for...
Okay.
They're not like modern windows by any stretch. They're thick glass. But she is close enough that she does overhear this, especially Avgost's booming voice as he is discussing what's going on.
Okay.
So they talk about leaving tomorrow morning. He is going to pick out his soldiers and escort tonight, gear up, and head out of the city to the Fey Road tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And with that, they get up and exit the hall. Avgost leading the way out.
So I want Annie to try and determine where, I know goes out through a door, but she can pop to another window or try and figure out where he's going.
Yeah, as she does try to do that, she doesn't seem to quite be able to find him again, popping from window to window. He seems to have gone deeper into the house. And she seems, like I said, unable to find him again. Don't know if he's gone to another room or don't know if he's gone, like I said, deeper into the house or what. At one point, you do see Queen Ursula in what looks like a large room, but Avgost doesn't seem to appear in one, maybe making preparations in some other room at this point.
Okay. So the room that the Queen's in, is there a room next to it that he can see into? Or that she can see into?
Most of these, especially in the more kind of house part of the manor, the windows seem to be like drawn. Like you can't see into most of the rooms. At one point, Ursula is actually standing at the window looking out, and that's how you see her. But for the most part, again, this is more house than castle, so it's not like window, like archery slits or anything like that. It's windows and curtains and things like that.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna have her start flying back, but I want her to take her time over the encampment to see, kind of looking for, because all these people are refugees from Morgau, and I know a lot of them might have drug problems as well. Kind of looking for anybody that might be selling. Basically keeping the eye open for the drug dealer in the encampment. Thinking there's got to be one.
Gotcha. Why don't you roll me Why don't you roll me a perception check at disadvantage, since she's kind of flying over everything,
Right.
like inspecting
Makes perfect sense.
drug dealers' faces, and you can't really see into any of the buildings.
Is that perception?
Yeah, at disadvantage.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone pointed it out yet, but Andy made us a don't do drugs command.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so
Nice,
good.
perfect. Well, yeah, we wouldn't be going through all this if. Okay, so the 3. So,
Oh.
all right. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so as she flies back, I mean, she's kind of booking it now. It's kind of dark. And there are patrols that are kind of in the area as she's looking.
I just well, once I'm kind of convinced she can't find anything, I just dismiss her.
Gotcha. Yeah. She just
Save her the flight
doesn't
time.
disappear. She's already invisible. But yeah, so that is what you know. He seems to be gearing up to head out on a shadow road towards the stone galleries, which I don't know if any of you are aware of it, if that name rings a bell to anyone. But yeah, that is where he said he was going to head to get to the Wolf Mark. And you guys are all aware that the Wolf Mark is at the northern part of Krakovar, right on the water.
Right. So we need to either intercept him before he gets to the Fey Road, or if we know the Fey Road ourselves, go tonight.
I hate Fey roads.
Okay.
I was
I've
muted so you
never-
didn't get the full whole just like, oh
Like,
man, fuck Fey
guffaw.
roads.
Yeah, well, no, anytime she says anything like that, it's like, okay. Because it doesn't come out that often. So I'm like, so we want to get him before it gets there, but we don't know where that's at. And it's a big city. If we're camped down here on the south end, he exits out the north, we're kind of screwed.
But Sylvester, we know that they will be heading north. Perhaps we, instead of, because we're south right now, Ryan. We're south of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are
So
on a hill
should
down this direction.
should we try to get north of city and perhaps intercept them?
I
other
think
side?
that's not a bad idea, but the Fey roads aren't direct. So the entrance could be right where we're at. I don't know. They run circular and windy, and
Yeah.
I would guess we should be more north, but that's not a guarantee.
If only we had Shadow Fey Ranger, perhaps
Yeah, only.
would come in handy.
I don't know any.
Me neither. It's too bad.
Can we get some Dreys in the chat?
Mhm.
Some dead Dreys in the
Mhm.
chat?
Because how do you find something that you don't know where it is? Because oh God.
So I just history-wise, could I do a history check? What I know? I mean, I'm not really a Fey road traveler or anything.
As far as knowing anything about a Fey Road,
Yeah, I wouldn't know it. Never mind. I'm not even gonna roll.
yeah, I was
I
gonna
wouldn't
say
know.
there's not really maybe one person here that might know anything about Fey Roads.
Right.
But I'm
hates
not
them?
sure if
Who
she
hates-
would.
Yeah.
I mean, I would if you're talking about me.
Yes.
Hey, there's a little bit of something in your heritage that might know a little something.
If you hate Fey roads, Dariana, perhaps we would not need to use it if we could get to entrance and cut them off. Yes.
Yes, it's true.
Do
I
we
guess
know?
I could try to check if I can at all.
Yeah, so why don't you roll me just a history check for knowledge about the Fey Road or what?
Yeah, or like Arcana or
I think-
survival or something.
Yeah, I mean, just to know knowledge of a Fey road, you could roll a history check.
Okay.
But there's nothing.
Thunder! Oh!
Dang.
Mm.
She knows.
She
Very
knows.
nice. Very
It's
nice.
like whatever the opposite of Cordy's religion check is.
I feel like
is-
Varoshka kind of blessed that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's got some serious knowledge of Fey roads lately, and
Wow.
you actually get a blue card for that. You don't currently have one.
Nice.
Oh, I also need to put a blue token on on Sam real quick on Cordelia.
The spirit of Dre is kind of floating above in the stars, guiding by.
And I need to pick and add a card for you.
Oh my goodness gracious.
We already have one of those. You can force any attacker to re-roll an attack against you.
Mm.
That's pretty good.
So you know a lot about Shadow Roads, absolutely. You know that there are various ways to get on a Shadow Road. You know there are things called Keys of Velis. You know that some Shadow Roads require some type of special, almost like code to get on, like a special item, or they're very Fey in that they're not always consistent. They're sometimes chaotic. They used to be the roads that the elves traveled on. Now they're much more commonly traveled by the Shadow Fae. They're kind of in, not necessarily disrepair, but they're much darker than they previously were. There's a darkness to them now that there didn't used to be. There are ways that you can find a Shadow Road. You don't know any. Well, you know how you can find them, but you are not adept in finding them. And you know that yeah, we got a bot. I mean, I want to be famous, but woo, good job. And I actually don't want to be famous. That sounds terrible. Yeah, again, you know a lot about Shadow Roads. You know that they follow ley lines. You know that people with certain types of magic can have their magic boosted by them. At the end of the day, I think what you're looking for is how to find it. And you're aware in a academic sense, but not in an experience sense on how you'd be able to do that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the follow-up, Cracker. I appreciate that.
I guess I'll relay that information to them.
Okay, so why don't, if we can't find it, should we head maybe to kind of northwest and then have Annie go hang out on the rooftop and tell us which way they're exiting so we can get a jump on which direction they're going?
That seems like the best
Not a bad idea.
idea.
Just because if we're on one side, they exit on the other, we're behind. And it sucks to be behind.
Yeah. Agreed. And when he hears that, he just is like, Beatum, I'm sorry, but we must make another ride. Are you able to ride, or do you need me to swaddle you again?
Can beat him fit in the backpack just fine?
I mean, how tall are you?
Pretty short.
But you're like 3 feet tall, something like that,
Yeah, I guess I am kind of tall for a
backpack.
For
Yeah.
a backpack.
Plus with anything
No,
else in the backpack.
it's not like an elementary schooler's backpack. My backpack is close to 3 feet.
Yeah, and it's full of stuff.
Okay, I can ride a pony.
Valid.
Did you guys bring the pony along, or did we lose it in the chase?
We have a very small horse from House Belmont, I believe.
Oh no, if we would have had ponies.
Cannot remember the name.
Yeah, would the Belmonts even have
I don't
ponies?
think we would have.
Yeah.
I would have been riding a horse. Fucking horses. They hurt Beadham's legs. They're just too wide.
You could ride like a colonial woman and like side saddle it.
There you go.
English.
Yeah, English style.
So as you guys get any set, I believe you're riding towards the northwest, or
I mean, because it looks like we kind of have to go through that farmland, yeah.
gotcha.
Well,
Right.
we can go out you can go wide and around.
Gotcha. So as you had that, why don't we take a quick couple-minute break? Because I've had to pee for quite a while. So.
Okay, yeah, I tried to message you on Discord like, hey, we take a break soon. I really need to pee.
Oh yeah, I don't have it on my computer, so yeah.
Well,
Maybe we need a
my
pee
bad, guys.
command.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, speak up if we need to take a break. So. All right, and we are back. Thank you, everyone that has popped in. We currently are, again, this is our Evo campaign, The Dark Kingdoms. The group of mixed human, elf-ish, undead gnomes, undead and gnomes, not undead gnomes yet, close, is
Close to dead
currently,
gnomes.
as darkness falls, preparing to try to possibly attempt to ambush the Archduke Avgost, who is currently in Carriessen with the court in exile from Krakabar, the kingdom that was 10 years ago taken over by the vampires and Darakul in Morgau. As you settle in, you know that the Archduke is going to be heading onto a Fey road sometime in the morning to head towards what he called the Stone Galleries in an attempt to get to the city of Jost in the Wolfmark. What I heard was you guys were making your way around to the northern part of the city on horseback, and that Annie, was your imp familiar, was going to be stationed somewhere in an attempt to try to see him as he leaves.
Yeah, so I was thinking up on top of the main castle, so she kind of has a view of.
Gotcha. So you're kind of on like the spire of House Cavanto.
Exactly.
Waiting for the Archduke. Okay. And where are the rest of you roughly? You can click and hold on the map for where you would like to kind of post up. Not forgetting that this is very heavily patrolled and fortified area.
Cordelia's probably in the back. She's concerned that she is a participant in what got us busted the first time.
I mean, that's probably a good concern to have.
Also, these people are like really poor, and she isn't really interested in being. Like,
There's
them,
Cordelia.
so.
There's Cordelia. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what she says. She's like, I think it's best if I wait to the back. And she's just looking at she's just like picturing just like all the icky poor people, and doesn't really want to be a part of that. So
Absolutely.
Beedham is going to hang out with Cordelia. And he also wants to ride on Cordelia's horse with her.
okay.
Just like sitting up front.
I'm
So
thinking
she's
we
for
should
sure
be
gonna
like
oh,
out that way.
are you going to sit
That-
with Mummy on the horse?
Shut it, Cordelia. It's not
Yeah,
funny
get off my
anymore.
little ride, Beaton. Let's go.
Get serious. Be professional like Cutter.
You just hear her muttering under her breath.
Okay,
So
so
you want
as
us to
you
move our
guys...
tokens or what? Or no?
Yeah.
No, don't even worry about the tokens. They're just on the
Okay,
board, so I
okay.
don't lose them.
Got
I
it.
don't lose them. Let me, I want to actually zoom in real quick and make sure that we're up to date on your various bits and pieces. So it looks like Sam should have a blue and a red card. Matt, tell me if I'm wrong because I'm reading the thing. It looks like Matt should have a red card.
Correct.
It looks like Jess should have a blue and a red card. So let me add a blue card for you. It looks like Jason should have a blue card. It looks like Andy should have a red card.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like you have inspiration too. It looks like Eric should have a blue card. Did you use that?
Oh.
I currently see you having one, so there you go. And it looks like
no, I
two.
just got it last time.
Gotcha. And two of you have inspiration, and we're not letting Brian or Annie get it. You can choose right now if you want Brian and Annie's rolls to count towards your cards or not. But that gives you double the chance of good and double the chance of bad.
No.
No? Okay. So familiar, quasi-familiars don't count towards cards. So we are good on the cards. So as you guys are kind of posted up watching as the night progresses, I assume just as you normally do, some of you take watch, some of you don't, and the Darakul is half aware as he normally is. As the sun begins to rise, Annie notices some movement begin in House Cavanta. She sees soldiers begin to gather in the courtyard of the house around here, and continue to gather until there's about 25 soldiers. And then as she continues to watch, she sees the Archduke and two robed figures and 6 other kind of more armored soldiers follow him out into the midst of that group of 25 soldiers. And right as the rain had stopped overnight, the sun starts to peak. That entire group of about 30-ish people starts to make their way down and out from the courtyard here, and starts making their way along the wall out this gate. So
I didn't see.
Yeah,
He
which
drew, he
gate?
drew a line. He drew a line from 2.
Oh, I see it now.
Oh, okay.
It's like a little tiny red line.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I could probably make
Perfect. The
that
north.
bigger.
You were right.
Yeah.
You were right, Victor.
Ah.
Yeah, it's slightly better. And he starts to head out that direction. What are you guys doing as far as how you're following this large group of people?
So this place you said is heavily wooded, right? So it's not like
Well,
we're
so
just on
the
wide
southern
open
part
hills?
is wooded. So where you guys were when you came in was wooded. This area over here to the right is farmlands, and out here is a little bit more kind of open. So they're kind of,
Oh,
and there's no real road here. They're just kind of riding outwards towards the wilderness.
why don't you keep
Well,
your
I'm
imp
gonna
on
have
them?
Andy follow at a distance. And let everybody else know where they're going.
We heard them use the word stone galleries.
Yes.
So we know that if we see the stones, like that's when we need to start speeding up. Yeah.
If that's what you got from the conversation, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So as if you guys, so I assume you then are riding a distance back, and Annie is kind of following.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's my thinking. Maybe we can even ride fast to get ahead if we're way off the side where they can't quite see us. We have eyes on them. I'm thinking maybe try and get ahead.
Okay.
But I don't know what everybody else thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of
Yeah.
sight. If she has eyes, yeah.
Yeah, she's got eyes, so we can just try and ride to get ahead.
So as you guys are riding around to get ahead, suddenly Annie lets you know that they've stopped. There seems to be, as she flies in closer, the entire group of soldiers is kind of surrounding this small hill. And there seems to be a green door in the side of this hill, just randomly green door.
Wood door?
It's just a green door on a hill.
I tell everybody.
It seems pretty fey.
Not on a crumbled wall.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I would love if you guys just went through the same door and came across the other dead campaign.
And we cast Revivify.
Aside from Jason, everyone's down that would need to be awake. So
I mean,
yeah.
I'm just unconscious.
Yeah. So what Annie notices, as you guys are still now at a distance, as you tried to start riding around, they're actually now behind you as you were kind of curving ahead of them. All of the Duke, his 2 hooded people that are with him, and the 6 soldiers that are with him, all dismount with their horses, and they approach the screen door. And as they get to the door, they each turn around 3 times, open the door with their left hand, and take their horse through and shut the door behind them.
Fuck.
And then the next person steps forward, spins around 3 times, opens the door with their left hand, leads their horse in, and shuts the door behind them.
It's like a hokey pokey.
Yeah.
As
I know
each
it's
of
fun.
those,
Which is your dance.
yeah. So as that group of soldiers makes their way through, and the Archduke kind of in the middle of it, once they are all through, the rest of the soldiers kind of remount and start heading back towards Carriesen.
So only 6, 7, like only 9 people went through the door.
Correct.
Hmm.
So I passed that on because I saw
Yeah,
that through Andy.
We
And I'm
could
like, well, it
absolutely.
looks like we have to go through this door now. Should we let these other gods get out of here before we...
definitely. We will be able to catch up to them.
So we're going on the Shadow Road.
Well, we can travel by land to the Wolf Mark, but that's a long way.
Yes. I suppose you're right.
If there's no sun, I'm in.
Why do you worry about the shadow ways, Dariana? What is so dangerous about them?
I've had bad experiences, and I've known people that have died on the Shadow Roads.
Well, I think we've all had bad experiences just on the road and know plenty of people who've died on those by our own hands. But I wouldn't fear the roads. What makes them particularly dangerous?
Things that dwell on the roads. But we can take the risk, I suppose.
Not sure what choice we have.
Yeah, I don't think we have one, so.
All right, so it's agreed. Let's go. So have those other horsemen, the other soldiers rode away yet, or?
Yeah,
Are they
it doesn't take long for them to remount and head out. So they at this point, are long gone. By the time you guys curl back around from the opposite direction that they're going, you could make it back to the hill relatively quickly. And as you do, you just see this kind of ornate old green door right in the side of this, kind of grown over hill.
So I'm gonna well, are we going?
Who among
Let's
us
go.
will be the brave one to go first?
I spin around 3 times, open the door with my left hand, and door open.
Yeah, the door opens.
I lead my horse through and Annie on my shoulder and close the door behind me.
Okay. So Sylvester
I'll do
is
the
onto a
same
shadow
thing.
road. Yeah.
You should go next, Beetham. I will follow right behind you.
I'm still on my horse.
I can
So
go
Victor,
through-
because Beetham can't get off, so Victor kind of reaches up and.
Beatum goes through by himself with no horse. Turns around 3 times, left hands the door, goes in.
Just like walks in.
Yes, and
Yeah.
shuts the door behind him.
Absolutely. And you step through.
And then Victor whispers something in Kariv to the horse that Beetham just left behind, and then he takes both of them.
I came off of Cordelia's horse, so you do
Oh,
not. need
so
to
so
take-
I still have your other horse though.
Yes,
Okay, so I would have just had it. So yeah, so he's been riding with the other horse with nobody on it. He turns 3 times, uses his left hand. I'm assuming the door opened up.
Yep, the door opens.
So he walks through with both of his brothers and then closes the door behind him.
There you go. I assume all of you do that. Yeah. And as each of you do, when you step through the door, you see ahead of you. Although it is bright morning light when you entered, as you leave, you still appear to you step onto a road, and it appears to be in this state of twilight darkness around you. It looks almost just nighttime lit by a bright full moon is about the light that you see. And you find yourselves get you settled in here. You find yourselves here on the far right of the map, in case you're zoomed.
Okay, I'll zoom out. Yeah, I won't move over there. I'll have to zoom way out.
Okay, is this just the same map as before?
It's not the same map.
It just looks blue.
No,
It is
no,
a-
no.
Alright, I'm
The
gonna-
same map as like 4 sessions ago?
Yeah, it's the.
No, not quite.
I have
The
never
other one
used
was
this
like-
map with you before.
Okay,
Yeah.
it looked like the other. I'm sorry, I
The
got
valley.
It, like, okay.
It
it
is
looks like the
a
valley.
forest road in darkness.
Okay, I don't know if it was like important that was like a fun little like nugget, like, oh, it's the same map you were before. I don't pay attention a lot, so I thought
I'm
the
aware.
one time I could be rewarded. for,
Fully
like,
aware.
You found a new thing. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna do
What-
more of your art for
what-
free.
If
Don't
she
mind
was
me.
right, what would her reward be?
What, that it was the same map?
Yeah.
A nice pat on the back and probably a Schitt's Creek gif or something. I don't like.
Oh
Broken
no,
dreams.
God, no.
Yeah.
Not
So-
that fresh hell for the rest of us.
Yeah.
It's not fresh. It's an old town.
Hey, could,
Yes.
anybody who's in our Discord just put a bunch of Schitt's Creek in main chat?
Just all of it. I'm sure Jesse, if he's still here, he can just toss a bunch right into there for us.
No.
So as you make your way onto this road, this is what you see. You see what appears to be a road in forest, twilight lit. You get the feeling there's this ominous presence in the darkness. Nothing specific, nothing a general direction, but a general sense that not necessarily that you're specifically being watched, but that there's a presence around you. And from the corners of your eyes, as you look in one direction, you occasionally see shadows dart. But whenever you look, you don't see anything. There are not butterflies. There are fireflies kind of buzzing around the area. It feels like this would be a nice in the light. This would look beautiful, but in this kind of twilight darkness, there are just deep shadows that your vision is not able to penetrate around you, and it gives you a sense of wariness from being on the road. And if you look back towards the door, there is no door behind you. The road just heads in that direction.
Edom is immediately disoriented by like the massive change, like spins around trying to see those shadows that are eluding him, gets disoriented and throws up.
Yeah.
And just kind of like stands up, looks around, doesn't even see where his puke went because it just went into a shadow. And
Oh, he's on mute.
attempts to get back up onto Cordelia's horse, all puke covered.
There you go.
Would you mind terribly cleaning yourself first? This is a purebred horse breed, she says confidently. And I just if you wouldn't mind just cleaning yourself, please.
Still smells like a horse to me.
And he prestidigitates himself a little bit.
Absolutely.
Okay, upsy daisy.
I'm just gonna slowly walk my horse forward on the road. Keeping
Absolutely.
an eye out.
So you all begin to make your way forward. Traveling on the road, there is no sign of the Duke or his entourage. And just assume this map is representative, not currently very specific. So you don't need to move your tokens at all. This is just kind of a
Okay.
like an ambiance and just general vibe. So you all start to make your way forward. All of you traveling along this road for the foreseeable future. You've made your way onto the Shadow Road, but none of you, as far as I'm aware, know how to make your way off of a Shadow Road. But you continue along, and for 30, 45 minutes, an hour, it appears the same, and it just appears this kind of woods through a twilight forest. And occasionally you see branching smaller roads off to the side, but in front of you is this kind of like main road. What
So looking at the ground, we
Uh-huh.
don't see any signs of like 9 other horses.
Why don't you roll me a survival check?
Okay.
You could zoom in like one, Jason.
Okay.
Oh my god,
Oh, fantastic.
that's a fail.
Yeah, that's a crit
Ooh.
fail.
Yeah, I've already got one, sadly, but
Yeah, so no red or blue cards. Oh, for those that are here that aren't aware, for critical failures or successes in ability checks, we use Nord Games Luck Deck, which I think is called, I think I call every time. I think it's Fate and Fortunes is what it's called now. But it is a little boon or bane, and all the players can have one, or one can be provided for them by chat, which has happened. But it looks like most of the party has at least one. Currently, everyone has at least one good card or bad card right now. So I need to bring that up and make sure I use it against you in the future. So you don't really see anything. You're human. You don't have dark vision. You're leading or on a horse. So you currently are not. You don't see any signs. So it is called Fate and Fortunes. All right. Good job, Sam.
It took me 15 seconds.
I'm proud of you. I really am. Thank you. Yep. So, as you continue to travel along, you hear a rustling ahead of you.
Oh,
Werewolf Cordelia. Yes. I've willingly failed the con save.
Cal Poly kids.
And then suddenly, about 60 to 80 feet in front of you, you see this large dark shape step out of the woods onto the path.
Right.
And as you get a good look at it, what you see is what appears to be a massive wolf-like creature. Hair up on its back, looking across all of you.
Victor, would you mind if I use your dagger?
yeah. So he kind of just he looks down at the dagger and is like, sure, and then he pulls it out and hands it to you.
And as that happens, the wolf on the road howls again, and you hear a rustling to your left. And you see a face peeking out of the trees in front of you, and a growl emits from right next to you. And
You
I would
think
like
they're
all of
from
you
the
to
inn?
roll for initiative, please.
Do you speak wolf, Dariana?
I
It is
think they're from the
9:30.
inn.
Yeah, this is our karma.
Yeah, yeah.
Brian, I swear to God, if this takes 2 hours.
We'll have a hard stop at some point. I'll kill you first.
Okay, a hard stop is useless if we don't know when it is. That's
Well, here-
the opposite of a hard stop.
So here's the thing. We could stop right now, or we could do this. It's entirely up to the party.
Alright, where am I? I need to like eat a little bit of something. So I'm gonna like step off. I'm just gonna film my little tum-tum just a little bit so I'm not getting grumpy doing this. So I'm listening and I'll take my turn back. For like a hot second.
Go for it.
I mean, I guess it's a good sign that we're headed to the wolf mark.
If these were wolves.
Oh. Shit, I forgot to click on my icon. I'm sorry, Ryan.
It's all right. Let's see where everybody is and who all forgot. I have 4. I have a Sylvester, a Cordelia, a Cutter, a Dariana.
What? No beat 'em on there.
I see no beats 'em.
Oh.
I think you did the same thing I did, beat him. Because you got a 12.
That will do me just fine.
Victor got a 20.
Victor got a 20. I need to add your.
Andy says the music's a pinch too loud.
Yeah.
How's that? A little better for everybody? Perfect. Gracias.
Oh, should I roll for Annie as well?
Yeah, if she's out, roll for Annie.
Yeah.
And what did you get, Victor?
20.
20.
Nine.
Because we slept, do we have all of our spell slots?
You have everything. You can long rest it before we do that.
Okay.
Oh. I'm going to make a couple rolls here real quick because I have not done my portents for the day.
All right.
5 and an 11.
All right. As that wolf growls at all of you, next to you, suddenly you see its mouth open wide.
Damn it.
And you see a 15-foot cone. Well, it's going to step forward. 1, 5, 10. So 15-foot cone is 15 feet out from me. So it's 5, 10, 15, and it's like this, right?
Ooh.
So I believe if I'm doing this math correctly, that 5, 10, 15, that I can hit everybody but Cordelia. And
I'm on Cordelia's horse.
So
Could I have dexterity saving throws from everybody but Cordelia, please?
Well, Beatum's on my horse. So Beatum's token is in the wrong spot.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Everybody but Beatum and Cordelia. Could I have a dexterity saving throw, please?
So we just
Right.
click right
That's
on our saving. I got you. Okay.
Okay.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Give it-
baby.
Takes away.
Oh,
I didn't mean to
Oh,
roll
Cutter.
twice, but neither one matters.
This is killing us.
And how about Annie?
Oh man.
And it would be, I'll have to roll her manually.
Can Annie just be that second one?
I wish.
I should only take half damage too.
Actually,
I have
hers is the
evasion,
same.
Right.
Yeah. Annie's fucked.
Yeah, if you use your feature, absolutely, you could just take half damage.
Yep.
So as this creature opens its mouth, suddenly all the air around you for a split second gets icy cold, and then this breath, this iciness that you have never felt before, sprays from their mouth in this cone and just coats the everyone that's not Cordelia and Beatum, and just hits you like a fire extinguisher. And you feel a chill to your bones that you have never experienced. And you take 53 points of damage.
A bag of dice.
Wait,
53.
what?
So I get half that.
If you succeeded, you take half. So Sylvester, you take half.
Wait, if I succeed, I take half?
I'm sorry, no. Well, you take half because of your feature.
Yeah.
So you take 52, 25, 27, I think. No, 26.
20. If you round up, it's 27.
Yeah. We can round down. 26. Sylvester, you take
Okay.
26 points of cold damage. Cutter, you take 26 points, and everyone else takes 53 points of cold damage.
Wow.
Oh.
How do I,
Shadow Roads are so great, huh?
ooh, that hurts.
Yeah. Victor.
All right, Victor is freezing cold, but he's got a new spell from the Midgard spell book that is pretty cool. It's called Sudden Stampede. I'm gonna cast it on the VTT here. It should. What I realized is there was a misspelling here. It says you conjure up a multitude of fey spirits that manifest as galloping horses, but I think it shouldn't be a roll. It should just be the spell. No, that's like his save. So, it's not showing the spell. So I'll read the spell.
So no, just go to the spell, click on it, and in the top right, you'll see it says show in VTT.
Yeah.
So click show.
Oh,
in
display in VTT. Got it.
Display in VTT.
Got it. Sorry about that.
Was that breath thing a spell?
No.
Okay, so Sudden Stampede is kind of interesting because
You conjure up a multitude of few spirits,
it should
probably
be
fey
fey.
spirits.
It should be fey.
That manifest as galloping horses. These horses run in a 10-foot wide, 60-foot long line in a given direction, starting from a point within range, trampling all creatures in the path before vanishing again. Each creature in the line takes 60-10 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone. A successful dexterity save reduces the damage by half. Okay, so each creature.
So he's gonna put the line so it doesn't hit Annie, and that wolf is so big that it's gonna kind of slide to the left of Annie, hopefully, and then try to run over that one guy that just blasted us and make him prone.
Gotcha. So you
Actually,
are.
you don't have to worry about Annie because Annie's dead.
Oh yeah, I forgot Annie's super dead.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the line you're basically running it in, right?
Correct.
I'm sad, by the way.
I'm just gonna move her off the board.
Yeah, this was one that was it was for all clerics, and I just thought it was so thematic for.
Gotcha. Okay, so it is a dexterity saving throw as these fey horses appear on this fey road, and just gallop directly at this wolfish, houndish looking creature. And my 21.
Oh, yes.
So 60, 10, and I'll take half that.
Yep.
You can just click that pink thing.
Okay.
Damn.
There we go. So rounded down, it would be 18. Is that right? 19.
19 points of damage. All right. So as these fey creatures just kind of charge over this, it tramples it, but it's dodging out of the way of most of it. Some of the horses appear to catch it, strike it on the shoulder. He gets one good stomp on him, and then they stampede past into the darkness and then fade away back into the fey realm. And he looks back towards you and growls, once again angry. Are you doing anything else?
Yeah. So how's Sylvester looking?
You could roll me a perception check, but
okay,
we're in the midst of combat.
Okay, so he's gonna. Okay, so he's just gonna pop for this bonus action. He's gonna pop his last healing potion.
Okay, all right.
And he's gonna stand his ground and protect Beatum. Get between himself and Beatum.
Dariana, you are up. Cutter, you are next. What are you doing, Dariana? Could I get, I'm sorry, real quick, an animal handling check from everybody that's holding a horse or on a horse?
I'm gonna use one of my blesses on this.
Yeah, same.
Oh, so mine's a 14.
$10.
15.
All right. Anyone that rolled less than a 15, if you're on a horse, you no longer are. And if you're holding a horse, it is gone. As it races away from this wolf creature and from the breath that it just expelled.
Could Beatum have helped me on our collective horse?
You're 3 foot.
No.
Yeah. And he still has, so this is day 2. So you're currently at exhaustion level, what, 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're the one that I needed to succeed. You're the reason that I actually failed it.
So
I had it.
And it was all because of me.
Cordelia and Beatum, you are on the ground. You are you're currently prone.
Okay.
Cutter, if you had a horse, it's gone. Dariana, are you on your horse or holding it?
I guess I'm holding it.
Okay, so you successfully wrangle it if you would like to. Victor, what did you roll? 19?
19, yeah.
So you're still on your horse if you want, and Sylvester, you're also down prone. And your horse is gone.
Okay. Also, I don't see myself on the turn order. I must not have selected my token when I rolled the initiative.
No, you're there, right under Annie, number 7. You're at 7. You're the last person that's gonna go. There's Annie at 9 and Sylvester at 7.
I had a 16.
You rolled it as a 7. I can make it a 16. It's not a big deal.
I'll double check. I thought I had a 16 on my initiative.
You did. I don't know why it came up as a 7. I changed it to 16. I'll switch it down to a descending order and move back through the numbers.
No worries.
So, Dariana, I think it switched you guys. Cutter, Cordelia, Sylvester. All right. So, yeah, so you know if you have horses or not and what you want to do with them, but most of the horses are now gone. Dariana, what are you doing?
I guess I'm gonna look at the one that just destroyed us, and I'm going to cast Bloodshot, and I am going to twin it.
Okay. All right.
And I really hope it hits.
So an 18 will hit.
Oh my god, 2 1s and a 2.
Ooh.
So 4 points of damage.
I mean, I twinned it, so double that.
Okay. So 8 points of damage.
That's awful. That's so sad.
Okay. So as what's up?
There's 2 separate attack rolls if you twin it, is what we decided to admit.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
even
roll
at
that
the same
second.
guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that one's gonna miss. Thanks, Sam.
Oh.
I
So as this boiling blood
Sorry.
shoots out of your eyes and arcs over and kind of splashes on this creature, it barely catches it as it just sizzles on the ground next to it. Are you doing anything else?
Let's see, where are we? Oh yeah, I mean, I have
Get
a
out of the
healing
way.
potion. Maybe I will bonus action healing potion
Okay.
myself.
And don't
'cause
forget, you
it's
just
pretty low.
you don't roll healing potions, you just get the total for healing potion.
What is the total?
Is it just a regular healing potion?
Yeah.
So it's 10.
Okay, and I'm
2d4
gonna
plus 2.
move back here.
Because quick rant, and it made sense when Andy 2 said it, no other potion in the game gives you partial efficacy. So, unless all potion makers in the world are terrible, you just get 10 points of healing if you take a healing potion. Cutter, you're up. Cordelia, you are next. Cutter, what do you want to do?
So I'm prone, right? Fell off my horse. So I'm gonna
Yes,
stand
sir.
up.
Absolutely.
And then I'm gonna just, I guess, take a shot at the werewolf with my bow.
All right.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. So your arrow just flies off into the trees.
Cutter.
And as you you have a short bow, correct?
Yep.
Yep. The
Dude.
string breaks.
Oh,
Oh no.
Dang.
What else are you doing?
I'm just gonna stand there.
Cool. All right. So as the string breaks in your hand, the arrow flies off next to this creature, and you just stand there, kind of, what the fuck just happened? Cordelia, you're up. Sylvester, you're next.
So I have 35 feet of movement. So I lose 15 of it, so I can still move 20.
Sure. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna run right up to this guy. And I'm going to draw my swords. I dual wielder, so I can pull them both out for free.
Okay.
Or as one action. And I am going to swing them at this wolf. Cordelia heard the wolf and was like super hype about the idea of like werewolf vampire. Sounds super cool. Not though. So kind of a bummer. And so she's gonna attack it because it hurt her friends, and her horse is gone, and the other horses are gone, and those were my family's horses.
Join the club, Cordy. Ryan just hates
Ryan hates horses.
animals that take us places.
Ryan hates the animals that people love.
Don't go on shadow roads. Don't have pets.
He also hates the people that love animals.
Yeah, Ryan just hates most things. I think it's safe. All right, rapier attack 1 for 29. Also, because of the class feature that I picked up for Sword Dancer, if I move more than 10 feet in my turn, I get to add 1d8 to all of my attacks. I'm assuming the attacks that hit. It doesn't specify, but that wouldn't really make any sense. So I'm gonna roll another d8 for that one attack. So that's gonna be 21 points of damage on my first attack.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, with my second attack, do it again. That's probably. Are you happy? I missed with an attack.
I'm super happy you missed with an attack. You have a +10 and you only rolled a 12.
Flashback on the floor. Beatum rolls over to Cordy before she runs in and says something that seemed incoherent at the time, but it was aim high, and we change her base attack to a 13. So what does that turn into with your attack bonuses?
That's a 23, baby!
Yeah.
That hits.
All right, so that's going to be another D8 on top of that.
Important
Okay, so
is important.
Nice.
Take
it,
it's
12.
That's 12 total. And then scimitar attack is going to be a 26
That'll hit.
for a total of 15 points of damage.
Okay, so what is my total?
Let's see, 12 plus 15. Oh my
48.
god, okay, hold on.
48.
Wait, I can just minus 12, minus
48.
15,
Minus 21.
minus 21. All right.
And that is going to be it.
All right, Sylvester, you are up. Beat him. You are next. Oh, and Annie's dead.
How does it look?
I mean, we can say bloodied by just letting you all know if you ever ask if it's below half hit points. But it still looks okay.
All right. In that case, I'm going to cast on it. There's shadows being cast by these creatures, yes?
I mean, everything is kind of in shadow.
The godfather of all lighting modules.
So yes, I mean,
You say from the moonlight.
Oh, you just double click.
So I'm going to cast shadow puppets on it.
Then you get this nice fade that looks.
Okay.
You want to see what that looks like?
I just want to emphasize.
You want it in the VT?
yeah, you can put it in the VTT. But I mean, I know what it is because you did it before. So basically, you're creating a shadow version of it, right?
Yeah. That's going to attack it. So
I'm just gonna
Sweet.
do. Do that. And where is the shadow version? Where does it come up?
just right next to it. Yeah.
Left or
Oh,
right?
Jesus, I was like, there's two of them now.
I know, I was like in the Twitch stream and I came back like, hold on a second.
Oh, did I cast it? Or did I just...
You press it
Play.
twice. Just played it twice.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. You animate the shadow of a creature within range, cause it to attack that creature. As a bonus action, when you cast a spell or as an action on subsequent rounds, while you maintain concentration, make a melee spell attack against the creature. If it hits, the target takes 2d8 psychic damage and must make a successful intelligence saving throw or be incapacitated in the start of its next turns. Okay. So you need to make a melee spell attack.
I hit cast on it. And it just keeps showing
Yeah,
it.
it's not. It's making. I don't know why all of our our beyond 20s are weird, but just hit. You're just gonna have to do a melee spell attack. Yep.
There we go. I got you.
So on your beyond sheet, there's like a purple die at the top. You can just click that purple die.
I just did.
Yeah, there we go. 13 is gonna miss. With a plus 10. Damn, you guys with your plus 10s just swinging away right now.
You have inspiration, Sly.
You have an inspiration. You have bless. You got all sorts of stuff.
Can I add a bless to it? I didn't know I had bless.
Yeah.
Who blessed me? Thank you.
I think everybody has at least 4 blesses. You have 3, but everyone has 4 blesses. Well, Cordelia has 3. And I didn't even know I had my Banes and my red cards. Let me bring up the
I didn't
red
even know I
cards.
had a bless. Yeah, I want to use a bless on that.
Okay, so roll 1d4.
$15.
Okay, 15 misses.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. All right, and that was your action and bonus action. Are you gonna move at all?
Yeah.
Were you were prone, so you have 15 feet of movement.
10, 15.
Beat him. You're up next. All right. Beat him. You're up.
Beat him stands up, which takes 10 of his movement, and then moves one more, and that's all that he can move. Yay. He pulls up a card. It is the tower, and it begins erupting electricity, and he shoots that electricity. I'm sorry. Instead of moving at all, he's just going to stand there. He's just going to shoot the electricity straight at the far away wolf. And the
The one that way?
Yes.
Okay.
That's far away. Needs to make a dexterity of 17, or is going to take a big old bag of dice.
So you're going to go ahead and deal minimum damage on this attack?
What? Are you using my card against me?
I'm using your card against you.
Okay, so I was going to cast this at a whopping... So the minimum damage is going to be 6.
All right, so he takes 6 damage from this attack.
Oh, that
as
hurts.
It barely grazes by him.
Hurts.
Gotta remember use those red cards. You earn them.
And then Beat him just kind of like collapses over.
Absolutely.
Right into the dirt.
So now it is Big Guy's turn here.
Hey, Ryan.
Yes.
I just realized that when I click cast Bloodshot, I only got 1 fire damage, but it's supposed to do 2d10 and 2d8. And I don't think I could have gotten 1 if it actually rolled 2d10.
No, it only rolled 1d10 on both of them.
Yeah. Can I roll an extra d10 and d8, or is it too late?
Well, it rolled 2d8. It just only rolled 1d10.
Oh.
So you can roll an extra d10.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, if you actually just put your cursor over any number on a roll, it'll show you the whole...
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we can get another challenge command in the chat.
Oh my god. Okay, well, 1.
Hey, 1 damage.
Better
is 1
than
damage.
nothing.
Better than nothing. So this creature, how much movement do I have? I got that much movement. It's actually not even going to do that. It doesn't matter what its movement is, because it is going to Dimension Door.
Oh god.
Right here.
Wait. Counterspell?
It's not a spell.
Oh man.
I mean, it is a spell, but he's not casting a spell.
I mean, sure, Dimension Door is a spell, but
Okay.
no, actually, it is a spell. It's technically a spell. Do you want to
say
counterspell
spell
it?
attack? Because if it doesn't require it's different if it's a spell attack.
No, it's not an attack at all. It's just a spell.
Oh, thank God.
Does that mean I can counterspell it?
I mean, I guess I've never seen someone counter. Well, I guess yeah. It doesn't give me a spell level, so let's see what
I'll look up the rules for counterspell.
Yeah,
just
you
to
look
make
up
sure.
counterspell, and I'm gonna look up Dimension Door and see what level it is.
Dimension Door is 4. Counterspell's 3.
Okay, so then there will be a roll then. So
Dariana.
so we have to figure out what the roll is.
Did it roll? Is that for real? No. That was the previous one, right? Okay, good.
Yeah, you just cast it in. So what do we know about counterspell?
Counterspell, you attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. I don't think that's going to work at will, because it's like a feature as opposed to like attempting to cast a spell. My ruling would be no.
Works for me. So
Yeah,
no,
no.
you don't do it.
Okay.
This guy pops up right here, and he's gonna fire a 15-foot cone. Tell me if
Oh.
I'm wrong on my cone action.
And here's where Beatum dies.
Yeah. 5, 10, 15. And then it goes across this way, right? And this way. So we'll say everybody but Cutter. Roll me a dexterity saving throw, please.
I have disadvantage on this.
God damn it.
Oh, bless.
Can I do the bless? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys
Bless
can
is
all
a
bless.
+1.
Yeah, if you want. Beat him, you can bless too.
Shit. Are you fucking kidding me?
So Victor got a
15.
14, you got a 15, Dariana. I'm missing a Sylvester, I think.
I hit it. I didn't. Try again.
Oh, shit.
So everybody,
Yeah,
you
that's
can-
fine.
I was gonna say you can. I'll tell you right now, you can try to bless it, and it's not gonna help you. So you might as well say
Yeah.
yeah. So I actually rolled way worse that time. So
Yeah.
everybody except Sylvester, you take 37 points of damage as this frost breath once again pours over you. Everybody else takes whatever half of 36 is. 15, 18?
I take 37.
Yes. And everyone else takes 18
Oh, good.
damage.
Oh.
And there's no way you maintain concentration on 37 points of damage. You can't roll high enough. What's it's half damage, right? So that's 15. Yeah, what's half of 37? Oh, I just said 18. Rounded up, 19. So I need you to roll a concentration check.
Okay. Oop, it did it twice. Dang it. Well, you can take the first one because I hit it twice, and that would have been my first roll.
Okay, yeah. Even with a blast, that's not going to help you. So this guy is gone. Your concentration is broken. All right. And that is this creature's turn. All right. Next is this guy,
Wait.
and he.
Since I was just hit, though, that's an attack?
It is.
Can I hellish rebuke him?
Absolutely, sure.
All right. Because that's a reaction. Go.
Oh yeah, because you cast everything at 5th level, huh?
Yep.
Fuck. Yeah, this thing just, as soon as the frost subsides, it suddenly erupts in flame around it. And it takes 38 points of fire damage. Damn.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like
Yeah.
that you got him like one more than he got you.
There you go. There you go. Absolutely.
That's very
Yeah,
on
I'm
brand.
like,
Yeah. All right. So this creature right in front of Cordelia is going to take a massive bite down on you. And that'll be a 20 to hit.
So I have a thing called Lock Blades. I don't know if that would work on something doesn't use blade. It's that thing where if I can roll an attack roll higher than that, it misses.
Okay, yeah, you can try to roll an attack roll higher than that. We'll say its teeth are like blades.
Okay. It misses.
Okay.
But that is my reaction.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and have it hit you anyway.
Is that my red card?
It is a red card. Turn a missed hit against you into a hit.
All right. Well, at least I got my red card. I could use my blue card if I could change it to a miss, but I won't.
You can if you want.
I will not.
All right. You take
I
20,
should've. Oh my
22
God.
points of damage, and I need a strength saving throw, please.
Oh no! Hang on, let me do this first. Or I'm gonna screw it up. $16.
16 barely saves. So as this thing bites you, it's trying to bear you down to the ground, but you're able to shrug the bite off, force it off of your shoulder, and it still tears you open a little bit more for a little bit more damage, but you're able to hold on to your feet and not fall prone beneath it. Victor, you're up. Dariana, you're next.
So Victor is gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, so he can get on both sides. I don't remember what happens when we're on both sides of the creature.
It's a minus. I mean, it's a -2 to AC.
Okay, gotcha.
It's large. I mean, you can be in a position to.
Is that where I'm at? It will work, or do I need to get down to here?
There you go.
Okay. Okay. And so at that point, I go ahead and I'm gonna whip out a Mace of Destruction. And let's go ahead.
Look at that flank, baby. I'm so proud of you.
There we go.
Ah!
Are you kidding me? Fucking shit. And then with the bonus action, he's got that goblin shield, and the goblin shield's teeth are kind of dripping, and it bites out at him. And I'm not. I tried to figure out how to make this so that the thing would bite. So let's see if this works here. A bonus action. I think this is it. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
How is that even possible?
Wow.
That's 3 ones in a row. All day.
That's crazy. What's dripping on the shield?
Well, it was the Kariv dragon poison, but yeah.
What does Kariv dragon poison do?
So it's gonna kill me. So it is.
Oh.
Kariv dragon blood, DC 20 con save, poisoned for 8 hours, and then
Okay.
yeah.
So as you swung your Mace of Destruction, this thing dodges out of the way, and you're kind of in the woods. You trip on a root, and you actually, as you try to catch yourselves, drop the goblin shield. And as you're falling, you fall onto the top of the goblin shield, and
Yeah,
it bites you.
Of course.
So roll me your goblin shield damage. Actually, I'll click it. I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
It takes 7 piercing damage,
Okay.
and
Hold
you
on.
are poisoned for 8 hours.
Yeah. Well, do I get to try to make the save?
Oh yeah, try to make a save.
Hold on. I just got kicked out of here for some reason. There we go. This is the Fae. Loving the Fae. All right, it's con. Let's see if I get a third one. Oh, there we go. So I passed it, so I don't get.
You're not poisoned. You just took the damage, and
I
your
take the
shield.
damage.
You dropped your shield. It takes an action to re-shield.
Gotcha.
You are
gotcha.
-2 AC currently right now.
Okay.
All
How
right,
much was the damage? I didn't get to put it in my sheet.
7.
Okay, thanks.
Are you doing anything else?
So I've moved. I've used my bonus action. I'm pretty sure I've done everything that I can do. Yeah. Christ. That was a hot mess.
There we go. All right, Dariana, you're up. Cutter, you're next. No, not quite. All right, you're up.
Okay, I guess I'll move like here.
Okay.
And I'm going to twin ray of sickness, one at each of them.
Okay.
Let's see.
There we go.
So that's your first attack.
Yeah.
Is okay, and it needs to do a con save. So which one is the first attack? The one
I
up or the
guess-
one down?
I think up.
Okay. And it needs a con save. All right. Ooh, so it fails.
Yeah.
And Sketrisk also blessed you.
Thank you. So is that 10 poison damage plus he's poisoned?
It would be. Two things. Yes, he's poisoned. Also, I need to subtract another 38 points of damage from him.
Oh. Vulnerability?
Because that fire seems to have done a lot more damage than you previously thought.
Oh.
Also,
And he
so
is-
that's
Sure.
And he is quite bloodied. So, he then takes, 10 poison damage. Is he poisoned or is it just poison damage?
My hope was that he was poisoned. Yeah, it is also poisoned until the end
Yeah.
of the next turn.
Okay. All
So he
right.
has disadvantage on attack rolls.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
So he takes 10 points of damage. And he is poisoned. So let's go with that guy. All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I gotta do the other one.
Oh yeah, your other attack. Yep.
Yeah.
Come on, Dariana.
Where is it? There it is. Come on, please.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my god. Okay.
All right. Trying to see if I had a red card to use against you. Damn, rolling bad. Another 9 points of damage. You can't be double poisoned though.
Well, this is the other guy.
That's the other
Oh,
guy.
shit.
They're both poison.
Just in
Power
time-
play.
Just in time for Cordelia. For Cordelia.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Poison,
I'm
poison.
Stepping back, like there, like a good more than 15 feet away from both of them.
There you go.
Roughly 1 15-foot coming away.
Roughly 150 foot cut away. And thanks for blessing Sylvester, Jesse. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
And Cutter, you're up.
Which one is the one she's been attacking that looks really fucked up?
They're both. This
They're
one
both
looks
fucked
slightly. This one looks slightly worse. The one closer to you looks a little bit better, or looks a little bit worse.
Okay, is beat him within 5 feet? I can't tell.
Yeah, he's right next to you.
Okay. So I'm gonna move around this guy, unsheathing my sword and take an attack.
Okay.
And what I'm gonna do is, who's the one that has disadvantage on attack rolls? Is it that one?
They both
Both.
do now. They're both poisoned.
Oh, they both do right now? Okay, never
Yeah.
mind.
mhm.
All right, so I'm gonna go for an attack. Probably need to bless it. Oh my god.
Oh
Right.
no.
Does my sword break too?
Yeah, the sword just snapped.
This is a crazy amount of ones.
I know.
Yeah.
You have Ryan's got some sort of setting going tonight.
I know.
Yeah, I just took Cordelia's setting and flipped it. Yeah. So you miss horribly.
All right, then what I'm gonna do is, go ahead.
No, that's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna just disengage back
Okay.
here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm done.
Oh, I'm gonna roll. I need to roll something real quick.
Ah, fuck.
All right.
Oh
Okay.
no. No. Mm-mm. It's bad juju. Don't like that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Cordelia, you are up.
Do I still get a flanking bonus if he's prone?
He's not prone.
No, I'm not prone. I'm not
I
prone.
thought you fell on your shield.
Oh,
Right.
he like stepped on it.
I-
He's standing.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
shield is prone.
Getting bit and possibly poisoned was enough. I wasn't gonna. Well, he did roll 2 ones.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
just
I
wanted to
didn't.
check.
Roll 20 did.
Yeah. I didn't
Okay.
punch that baby in my fist.
Evil. Roll 20's like, we can be evil.
Hey, no punching babies around here.
And don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs.
And don't.
I'm going to attack with my rapier.
Hard miss.
Even with.
Oh, wait.
flanking?
Nope. With flanking, you
Thanks,
just
Andy.
hit it.
There we go.
Oh, I didn't know
And he's
oh, I
poisoned
got
too, right?
something.
Don't you have the advantage or something? Okay.
No, I believe you don't get poison. You don't get advantage. I believe you have disadvantage. He has disadvantage on attacks.
Ah.
Alright, so first attack is 18 points of damage.
Okay, give me 1 second. Poisoned has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Yeah, so minus
Yeah.
18. All right.
Then this is gonna be another 16 damage. Then bonus action scimitar.
Oh, it's okay.
is What? For another 15.
According.
So before your third attack, as you carve into this creature, it's literally dry heaving in front of you from this.
Oh, wait! Oh, I fucked up! I didn't move. I didn't get the bonus damage.
What?
I rolled the extra d8s without moving.
Why do you need to move?
I think you
It
killed it. You killed him
specifically
anyway.
says if I move 10 feet, I get, because I'm supposed to be all nimble and stuff.
So if you move 10 feet, you get a bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, you know that. So
You
you
still
could've-
killed him. Yeah.
And he's big enough that you can that's fine. Know
Okay,
it for next
sorry.
time, but
Just
it doesn't
stay
matter.
honest? Okay.
Yeah. As a penalty, you lose that third attack.
Okay, fine. Keep it
But
up.
it dies anyway. So it is literally dry heaving, like pets do. That thing that it does. And as you slice into it, it can't even dodge out of the way, and you just carve into its neck. First slice and the other slice, and its throat just pours out blood at your feet, bathes your feet in this cold blood
Thank you.
as it collapses in front of you.
Okay, then I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't really.
Well, minus the 10 feet that you would have needed to move for your attacks.
I thought we just said that because the extra damage I did was 9 and my last attack did 10. So all 3 of my attacks just went to him.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna action surge here.
Okay.
Fighter. There we go.
Yeah, 28 will
and
hit.
then I did move.
And you did move.
Okay. That one's just 8.
You got a Cordy. Oh yeah.
And then this is gonna be. Oh my god, so low. Okay, so a total of that's 16 plus 8 is so 24 damage on this one.
Jesus.
I'm good at one thing, and it's attack with
Yeah.
swords. That's literally all I can do,
Well, and
I do
talking.
it a lot, and I do it very well.
Also talking.
And talk.
But yeah, so as you dance around this, like I said, dry heaving, poisoned creature, you slice the first one down, and as you spin across this Fey road to the other one, as you just continue your spin, slice into this second one as well, more of this ice cold blood splatters across your face, and this one with a whimper just drops.
Yes!
Cordy.
Thank God.
Beefcake.
I'm
Listen,
so close
I
to
can't
being.
play it now, but the Celine Dion
It's rocking.
is just. It's like the Bella. It's like the part of Taking Chances. That's like I'm not gonna try to sing it because I'm not gonna offend people like that. But it's like the part of Taking Chances, and it's just. Oh my god. Yes. Oh, okay. Before I fucking forget, before this goes on, she's gonna take some wolf hair and put it in her bag that she keeps forgetting about. I actually don't even know where my notepad is that has my total on it.
Oh.
You guys don't even know I don't even think you guys know what that's for.
Victor's gonna open up a little healing hospital over by the other carcass.
Gotcha. So as you are all kind of catching your breath from the battle with these hounds of the night, that is going to be where we're going to call the session for the evening.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Cordelia, strong.
Ouch.
I do
So
want you
strong.
all to zoom out and see what would have happened if it wasn't 10:30.
Oh no.
What?
The one.
Would have killed that one too.
Yeah. I feel like one more frost breath, even at half damage, would have put a couple of you down.
Oh, for sure.
That frost breath, if you roll really good enough, you could just outright kill beat him right now. Like just one shot him and he'd be dead.
Well,
Yeah,
the
me
first
too.
one I got was like a 53 or
yeah.
something.
No, I'm down to. I've got 6 hit points.
Oh no, I mean he could roll double my total hit points right now and just kill me.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
pretty convenient to show up on the Shadowfey Road, all like lined up, just perfect.
Yep.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys would have been
Ryan
walking.
placed our tokens for us.
Hey, you would have all were walking with your horses and could have gone in any place that you wanted. I said this is representative. But where else would you have been except down the middle of the road?
The road, yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Shadow roads.
But yeah,
Oh.
if we would have been about a half hour earlier getting to that combat, this guy would have popped up too.
Also, the last thing I killed was Sarah Roxley.
Wow.
Or the last thing I remembered to
Oh.
collect something from was
There
Sarah
you go.
Roxley.
You've killed things
Wow.
since then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I forgot.
So I
to
couldn't
collect.
when you gave that thing and you said like you took a lot of extra damage from flame. I have another that spell flame strike or whatever, but it's a 10-foot radius and there was no way to do it because people were so close everywhere.
Well, he's 10 feet. Well, no, 10-foot radius. Yeah.
It's like a radius, yeah. It's like huge.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
should
thought-
have firebolted
I'm
him.
running away, so me and my 6 hit points are running away. So you do whatever you need to do.
So I'll have to do
I
healing
had
word on
4.
him. Just-
As he runs
What?
away.
I heal him as he's running
Oh,
away.
why did I not bring out the third hound?
And that's
Wait, I'm at
post
6,
healing
you're
potion.
At 4. Beat what are you at?
I'm at I'm like at 11.
Okay.
So I love Cobalt Press so much,
Yeah.
but they under CR'd the fuck out of this creature because technically at your levels,
There should have been 4.
for a deadly encounter, it would have been 4 or 5 of these.
Yeah.
And
Although
2
keep
of
in
them-
mind, we rolled terrible.
Oh,
Shout
yeah,
out.
it was
to them,
bad.
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah.
even half damage is between like 20 and 30 hit points on a breath.
So Cordy, there's a whole
Yes, sir.
thing in this Warlock Grimoire about Paranalian fighters that I'm gonna have to send you a scan of it.
Yes, please do.
Oh, what is that?
Let me just check one more thing real quick.
It's a book from 2 years ago that has all the first zines.
What is
Oh,
that?
that's
Asked the
cool.
warlock.
Yeah, it's really good.
Right? I need that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just
mean this thing right
you
here?
totally use
Yes!
Cobalt Press like all
Oh, I love
the
it.
time.
Love it, love it, love it.
Love Cobalt Press.
I just got it and it ruined my whole workday.
Yeah. I
Because they're
just
all
got
like little
Tasha's.
short.
I haven't even cracked it yet. I got Tasha's yesterday and handed it to my daughter. She read it all.
Anytime,
even looked at it
anytime
yet.
we talk to Ryan about anything, he's always like, "Yeah, that book's great, but have you read this one by Cobalt Press?"
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I was
Am
going
I
through
ever
the
They're gonna
wrong,
write you a
though?
check.
I go through the
That's-
spells.
that
and I'm like,
setting's
oh,
cool,
Stampede of horses. I was like,
Notice
this
me,
is-
senpai. Yeah, actually, Warlock Wilmar 2 is coming out because they just hit past 20 zines. And those zines are amazing. So yeah, I highly recommend getting those 2 books to get all the content from the first 20 plus zines. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for stopping by. I do have an outro, so I don't forget things.
Is Annie? Are we gonna be able to resuscitate her?
She's a familiar.
She's familiar. Yeah. I
So, like-
need.
Is it a different name? Do you have to name it something different?
No.
Okay,
Just need a iron brazier.
Yeah, exactly.
sweet.
Outro checklist. I can't remember. Was it our party that like ended up trying to use like a brass cup and it was a pain in the dick to try to make
Yeah,
like a
it was
mobile-
Beat-em.
Yeah. In like the forest.
It's
and
like a
stuff.
little
Like
shitty,
mobile
little
brazier.
shitty brazier.
The
drug addict's brazier.
There you go. Yeah, you just heat it up with a spoon on the lighter on the bottom. All right, so thank you everyone so much for the support. We really appreciate everyone stopping by. Big shout out to Andy, our wonderful mod. Andy, can you give yourself a shout out in chat, or can everyone just
Thanks,
do
Andy.
an SO Andy in there?
Best
You're the
mod
best,
ever.
Andy.
Yep, seriously.
And thank you
so
for
much.
the don't do drugs.
Yeah. Could we also get a shout out for Jason, for Sam, for Sursa, for Sketch Risk? Everyone can see that. If someone wants to just put a exclamation point socials in the chat, it'll drop to our link tree that's got all of our stuff. Jason is currently still writing NaNoWriMo. And Sam does all of, well, more than just our stuff, but all of the emotes in chat are our character.
I finished the rest of them.
Yeah.
Also, I might stream a video game tomorrow night.
There you go. I got my founder badge yesterday.
Yeah, you got, so yeah, because I'm technically already affiliate because I used to stream and then I stopped. But Twitch doesn't take it away from you if you go 2 years without streaming. So
there you go.
I'm waiting. I submitted my my emote today, but it's not ready yet.
It doesn't take that long. I will also probably start streaming sooner than later on my personal channel, which I'll drop eventually. But just late night games when I'm bored at home by myself in the world at midnight to 6 a.m. Running some fun stuff, like I don't know, probably Dark Souls-y kind of stuff.
Awesome.
Don't forget to check out all of our streams. We are here every Wednesday, running either Dark Kingdoms or Myths of Midgard. Dark Kingdoms is the evil campaign that we're just in right now. Myths of Midgard is our slightly more standard-ish, like heroes and whatnot, D&D campaign. There may be some other streams starting soon. We'll see when that happens. And did I miss anything from anyone? Thank you all so much for the bits and subs and all the gift subs tonight. What's up? Oh, we also have the community challenge. Throw a challenge in the chat, please, where we will, all of the players on Dark Kingdoms will swap with each other and play as those characters in a one shot of my devising that will be of a very different tone than what we currently run. I think that's it. So I think we're gonna raid somebody. I don't have anyone that's on right now.
I wanna raid with somebody.
So does anyone have anyone that's on right now? Anybody in chat?
I don't know.
I do.
There's Jables is off. Mako Jim is off.
We have Bad Andy Wrights is really cool.
No, it says Mako is on. It says Mako is streaming Call of Duty.
Yeah,
no, Genshin Impact. I don't see him in my.
No.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Let's go to Mako Jim.
Okay, so why don't we everyone stay in chat, please. We're gonna kick over to our classy ass credits that L2 loves so much. We'll let that roll for a little bit, and I will raid Mako Jim. So thank you guys all so much. We really appreciate the support. Catch us again next Wednesday, or join our Discord where you will see our weekly schedule that I will post as my work allows. I'll do DM preps and some DM chats and stuff as well. So again, thank you so much, and we will see you next week. Stay in chat, and we will raid Mako Jim.
Yeah.